intraday or for next day or next to 2 days kind of thing. It is for a week or two kind of thing. So that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hi, Amit here. This strategy inherently will not work with ranking because our ranking is more of a trend and momentum system, whereas this is a mean reverting system.
Yes, this is going to pull down the numbers. This is intentionally I have put it in this way because I want to kind of know if something is run up too fast, something has to be there to warn me out. Okay, something is going wrong. I'll show you another scan that I use kind of quite a bit. Wherever I see that that is a Bollinger Band RSI or ATS stochastics mein there is a mean reverting, I'll get warned. Okay, fine. So Dr. Reddy mein dekha tha, it was even the ranking and everything was good. So understand this thing. Dr. Reddy may I will take volume because of the ranking and everything is looking good, and my trade is for the next day. But understand this kind of setup, the trade is for next few days, matlab 4-5 din, 10 din kind of thing. So there's another thing about it. Okay, fine. The mean reverting thing, you have to play it out for a longer period of time, and do it for 3 hour kind of thing. It will play out quite nicely. No issues with that.
Right.
See,
just one more thing to add. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. So, our other strategies, it could be VWAP with Fibonacci EMA. That will actually work in sync with our ranking, right? Because both are like trend following strategies. Whereas these are two contra strategies.
Yes, these are contra. Exactly, absolutely. Yep. Any questions on this one? Feel free to ask me.
Sir, I'd like to ask Ashish. So besides the ranking, sir, what are the other, like there are so many other, add-ons. There are so many other add-ons, sir. What are the main things which we should catch on to, sir, cling on to, besides the ranking part? Is it, either it is the Bollinger Band and this combination, whether it is the ADX. I'm just, because if we try and do too many things, then it's confusing. So maybe the ranking, with the ranking, this 1, 2, and 3, these things, or we can choose out of the 3 or the 2, to give us a proper picture as to probability picture.
So basically, there are two things. A, there are quite a few of us who are like intraday traders or daily traders. For them, ranking is going to be quite good. And that's the only thing that I would say. There are also quite a few traders who want to have position strategies. And so this is meant for people like those who want to have swing trading kind of thing. Not everybody wants to have intraday kind of setup. So this is exactly why these few strategies come into picture.
Okay.
And also, whenever you have something like this, it's always try to check your trend following strategies with something like mean reverting, because it always will give a warning sign. Things are looking too good to be true, kind of thing.
Yes, sir. And for a Nifty, Bank Nifty, so does this vary between Nifty, Bank Nifty, and scripts and stocks?
No,
or
this strategy can be applied any script. That is not an issue.
Okay. But for an intraday thing, sir, the ranking should be enough?
Yeah. Intraday ranking, that ADX EMA breakout, these are enough. I don't think we need to look into these kind of strategies intraday, intraday ke liye. Just look at this Bank Nifty. This is 24,850 upper Bollinger Band, RSI above 60. And let's say somebody wants to play swing trading, tell me no, it has gone below 70, it has gone below RSI average, and see the fall. Well, at this point of time, if somebody would have seen this strategy, it is definitely quite good to have it, kind of thing. And you stop loss RSI below RSI average, it's yet to be broken, kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, in that way.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Any other queries, or we can go to the next one?
As it for positional trading, like following ranking system will be good, or these kind of having the indicator setup will be better for a swing trading, for a positional trading mainly?
For both, you can take ranking. You just have to change your time frames. Obviously, not any 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Try to have it at least 1 hour, 3 hour, 6 hour 2 day. In that way you can do ranking also. So increase the time frame, that should be more than fine.
No, that's what I wanted to know. For having a higher time frame using the ranking system will be that is easier. So that will be better, or having these kind of indicators set up.
See, there is no better this thing. When ranking was not there, these are the things I used to use to make money. So, and somebody who doesn't want to commit too much of capital and want to play positionally, these are the setup that works like charm. So it's up to, see, what I'm trying to do in the webinar is that, I'm obviously talking about the ranking and this strategy so that standalone basis, people can decide what they want to do. Somebody doesn't want to take, let's say, Fox Trader, on which this ranking is completely dependent. What does he have in offering? So in that way, at least, even if the ranking is not there, he can use the positional strategies kind of thing, isn't it? So that is where the idea for sharing the other strategies also.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Yep. Can you see the PPT?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this Bollinger Band RSI. Okay. Okay, this is another two, another three were left with, four in fact. So, can we take a quick 5-minute break and let's come back in 5 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Mandar, hello. Some sound.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that 18.9 EMA average strategy. The stop loss is 21. I know we can put 8 also, but for 21, that if it crosses 21, it's stop loss hit, or it needs to close
Cross
above
below.
21.
Cross below or above. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Asit. What is the use of 200 EMA? It has to be above 200 EMA if we need to
No.
go.
Yeah. So it's just that in case we are going long and let's say we have crossed 200 EMA,
Okay.
it gives much more strength to the whole thing. So you can add quantity to that.
Okay. So basically, if it breaks below 200, it's indication that it's a
Yes.
basically bearish and.
Getting more bearish. Yes, absolutely. That's correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. I'll quickly run you through two things. I don't know how many of you have the patience to kind of hold things for a week and things like that. In case you have, these are two things that are very, very nicely. It is again, kind of very, very nice strategy. What you need to do is that just have your weekly stochastics and daily stochastics. Okay, for that matter, you can have your hourly stochastics. Okay, any small time frame का stochastics हुआ. So let me put it in both so we are talking about two indicators here. One is stochastics, one is MACD. Correct. And in both the indicators, the basic line of action is that hourly is greater than daily, daily is greater than weekly. Both the things are bullish. Okay, for both stochastics and MACD. So your hourly MACD is more than daily MACD, your daily MACD is more than weekly MACD, it is bullish. Your hourly MACD is below kind of a daily MACD, and daily MACD is below weekly MACD, it is bearish. I do not want to spend too much time on the two strategies, but this is the basic outline. So if you see, again, if you do, let me just run through the weekly and daily stochastics ka basic this thing. So this is the weekly stochastics. If you see the blue line, I hope you can see my PPT, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. So if you see the blue line, the first time when the daily stochastics, I'm talking about percentage K, D, whatever, it's crossing the weekly stochastics, it is bullish. I'm not talking about any buying, selling here and whatever XYZ. And whenever the daily is going below weekly, it is bearish. And in a Nifty, we are talking about whenever this kind of setup happens, we're talking about a range of around 3 to 400 kind of thing. Of course, it doesn't happen every now and then, but whenever it happens, it is like 300, 400 points kind of thing. So this is the zone that I'll be interested. This is the zone I'll be interested. This is the zone when it falls, I'll be interested. Look at this weekly and the daily has crossed. Look at the bars, it's around 200 kind of thing. So this is for daily and weekly stochastics, and we have similar the setup the daily and weekly MACD. I do not know how many of you would like to kind of know. I do go through these scans every now and then. I will show you the scan what I have built and how exactly it can be so nicely. You can point it out which are the stocks which is something like this Bank Nifty has gone below daily MACD, has gone below weekly MACD. Damn bearish. So any kind of rally up, I would like to kind of sell it till the time it is not crossing up. What is that? Just give me a second. I think it might be, yeah. It is not crossing up the kind of near swing higher proper resistance level. I'll not be that bullish kind of thing. Let me take you where? Yeah, PPT. It's there only. I think. One second. Give me a second. Okay, can you see the PPT? Any? Just have to change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Now, yeah, perfect. Now look at the headings. I'll just run you through the MACD and RSI. I'll talk about RSI a bit. Let me give a brief on that also. MACD up, matlab MACD is above MACD average. MACD down, matlab MACD below MACD average kind of thing. 60 above daily MACD, matlab we're talking about hourly MACD above daily MACD, daily MACD above weekly MACD, 60 below daily MACD, daily below weekly MACD. This is where the Bank Nifty and Nifty has come for a sell, and all the respective stocks. This is one of the indicators that I'll see ki in terms of swing, things are looking bad because daily has gone below weekly. It's a strong indicator kind of thing. Similarly, if you see RSI down, matlab we are talking about RSI. I'll talk about the RSI part in a while, but the fact of the matter is that fact of the matter, we are looking at the right now the MACD. Similarly, this has, I could not put out all this thing. Similarly, we have this stochastics hourly has gone above or below daily stochastics. Daily stochastics has gone above and below the weekly stochastics. This is the setup that I look at for MACD and stochastics, you can say. So now this is a different thing. Yeah, so this scanner that MACD RSI comps that I have named, this thing takes care of the setup that I am talking about here. And this is, it's not that I do not obviously know which are the setup where daily MACD and weekly MACD has crisscrossed and whatever that has happened. But look at this MACD has gone below the weekly MACD, and you can see the fall that has happened over the period of time. So whenever this kind of things happen, this is more of a swing trading, and it gives a lot of indication things are yet to look good or bad in that way. Similarly, so this is MACD. And any doubt on these two strategies, daily, weekly, MACD and stochastic? It's pretty straightforward. But at the same time, I'm not here to ask anyone to open chart and see kahan pe ye ho raha hai. This is a simple scan, whatever that has been done, and share the scan. You just have to scan it on a hourly basis or daily basis, whatever that you want to look at, and it is pretty fine. And you just know which are the stocks which can be swing trading case. Say a lot of points can be made, you can say. Any doubt on this too?
No.
Okay. So and basically once you understand the concept, the same thing. The छोटे वाला time frame अगर बड़े वाला time frame के नीचे या ऊपर जा रहे, that is strength or weakness. This is as simple as that.
Sir.
Yeah.
How can we add that particular daily or weekly stochastic there actually? I didn't got that.
कहाँ पे ऐड करने के लिए?
नीचे वहाँ पे that's you are showing in the chart.
Yeah, so this is in Fox. It can be done in, so that is not an issue. That can be done.
Okay.
But my point is that is not a point to see. The main concern is that where exactly I can find out the stocks where this daily, weekly, stochastics, monthly, this thing is kind of coming down or up kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Right. So that is the concern. So once we have the scan, things are easy. Things are fine. Well, at least as long as you understand what is it, how exactly it can be beneficial, things are fine. Okay. Yeah. Note down a couple of things which are not mentioned in the PPT regarding RSI. Okay. Just like what you see in RSI, the moment your daily, weekly and monthly RSI, sorry, not daily, weekly, your daily RSI is above weekly RSI. Your weekly is above monthly RSI, it is obviously quite bullish. RSI monthly is more than 70, quite bullish. It's like, it's a stupendous rally is about to come. This happened when Bharti Airtel was crossed around 320. This happened when NIT Tech crossed around 1200. This happened when Bajaj Finance crossed around 2600, 2700 kind of thing. So whenever monthly RSI goes above 70, if you do not have any learning, if you can just remember monthly RSI above 70 and monthly RSI below 40, these are stupendous rallies about to begin kind of thing. If you can go to my Twitter timeline, when Nifty was around 11,700 or 600, at that time monthly RSI has gone below 70. and I had notified ki like these are the few stocks which have monthly basis my RSI is gone. So 11,700 or 600, say it came down to obviously 7,600 or whatever. So once you see this kind of scans and this kind of scans are giving result to you, you will be quite amazed to see ki just few checkpoints, and once you stay committed to the checkpoints with a proper defined stop loss, matter over. It's a play of maybe 100 points stop loss of Nifty and maybe 2,000 points rally or 1,000 points rally in Nifty kind of thing, and similarly vice versa in Bank Nifty also. So Bank Nifty was 27,000 or 28,000 when that monthly RSI gone below 70. Sorry, monthly RSI gone below 40 or something like that. Yeah. So this is a strong indicator. So this is one. On RSI, there is another thing when the daily is above, hourly is above daily, daily is above weekly, and weekly is above monthly, just like what we are looking at daily stochastics and MACD kind of thing. So this is exactly where I can quickly scan through all the things that I want to look at and find out the stocks which are looking potentially very, very good and potentially looking very bad kind of thing. Okay, so can you see my PPT? So yeah, my PPT now.
Yes, sir.
I think this is a little old report, I would say, but what I'm trying to show you is this one. Ki monthly RSI kind of this is kind of below 40. This is RSI weekly below 40, daily RSI below 40, monthly RSI above 60. These are the buys kind of thing. RSI weekly above 60, daily RSI above 60. So different time frames, and this is all about RSI. RSI below weekly, RSI below RSI weekly below monthly, and daily RSI below average kind of thing. So these are the things what kind of drives me. No, I think this is the latest one. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is the latest one only, and this is where I was talking about. So here, the buy is not because there is something that has crossed right now, but even as of now, RSI weekly is above RSI monthly kind of thing. This is why this is coming as this thing. I hope you got my point. It is not a buy kind of thing. It is more to the fact that this condition is getting met here. And here, this thing has come recently where the daily RSI is below the average, just like what we saw in that Bajaj Finance chart. RSI weekly below monthly. You can keep a watch on this Biocon kind of thing. I think this is Biocon only. Yes, this is Biocon kind of thing. It has gone below right now. So these are the few indicators that I try to correlate with say stochastics and MACD, and try to correlate with the ranking on a 2-day time frame, and try to form an opinion ki how exactly things might be looking ahead kind of thing. So in nutshell, 3 indicators: RSI, stochastics, and MACD. Try to compare smaller time frames with the next bigger time frame, and try to find out which are the ones which are crossing the next bigger time frame and looking good, and try to find out ki agar 60 minute ka 1 hourly has gone below daily or average, it is kind of bearish. So these scans give me a straight away answer which are the stock that I need to kind of look at. So this one that you're looking at, daily below weekly MACD, this is talking about Bank Nifty and Nifty. So these two are looking quite bearish right now. So these are the scans that I was talking about a while back. Okay, and one more scan that is there, that is called 3ST. This is nothing but 3 super trend. I'll show you the slide in a bit. Let me just take you to the slide. Yeah. So this is nothing, it is an hourly basis. You can do it in 30 minutes, 15 minutes kind of thing for intraday. The time frames that you're looking at is 10-3, 14-2. Guys, can you mute yourself, please? So what we're looking at for intraday, you can put it this 10-3, 14-2, 21-1. And price has gone below or above all the time frames. I'm talking about parameters. It will give us a buy or sell kind of thing. Now again on a 15-minute time frame, I do not know which are the stocks which are looking good, bad in terms of super trend kind of thing. But what I'm going to look at, I'm not interested in the chart. I'm more interested for this scan where it is giving me 23. This is buy, 24 it is sell. So Bank Nifty SEC is a sell kind of thing. So all the three indicators I'm talking about super trend have given a kind of a sell, and rest of the thing whatever. This Bajaj Finserv, this is a sell. Bajaj Finance, it has given a buy. So on a 15-minute time frame, what you can do, instead of the 15-minute time frame, try to look at an hourly time frame for a position, maybe a day or two kind of thing. If you want to do for intraday, keep it to 5 minutes and 15 minutes, and this scan will give you the result, which are the ones which are giving below the, what is it, this 2-3 super trend parameters. So these are the few scans which makes life easier, without even have to look at what exactly is playing around in different stocks. If I can have a concise view of which are the stocks which is breaking down, and वहाँ पे उनका MACD stochastics and RSI, how are they figuring, life is fine. मतलब you just have to have consensus. One of the reasons I took Bank Nifty ka put and Bank Nifty short is because of this Delhi is going below weekly MACD. It has come yesterday, and yes, so is Nifty. So obviously I will try to find out if I've taken a short yesterday, my stop loss would be maybe yesterday's high. That is my immediate stop loss kind of thing. I can see how exactly prices perform, but that is my stop loss, and I can play it for positional if I want to. So these are the scans and these are the strategies that we can look at. And this is another scans that I will be sharing with you. So this is like whatever stocks that is 8 is above 21, or let's say MACD up or down, fractal buy, fractal sell. I don't want to talk about fractals. It's again Nandi says this thing, so this will I'll remove. But yeah, RSI 40 down, MACD sell. Which are the stocks which are having narrow range 3 and narrow range 7, NR3 and NR7, those who use. So these are the things that is kind of quite useful to form a opinion which are the stocks which will be looking good or bad kind of thing. So yes, these are all part of the strategies, and I will share all the scans. The only thing is that you decide which kind of time frame that you want to look at. Wherever you see this 60, that means the minimum time frame has to be 60 minutes. So hourly ke basis pe you cannot change it out. So it has to be hourly basis ka time frame at least. And you can also see what is the RSI, what is the RSI average ka kya hai, what is kind of RSI monthly, what is RSI weekly, if you want to see the figures. But I'm not interested to see the figures. The moment I see a sell, I know ki RSI has gone below, Delhi has gone below weekly. That is more than fine for me. The value terms me, I'm not that interested, but as long as it is upper, below the average or above the average, that is that will make a difference to me. So yeah, so that is exactly what our strategy is. Any queries we can discuss now?
Asit bhai, now coming to these scans, right? So you have a favorite 40 or you prefer 40 stocks. Now at any point of time, I think you will have at least 3 to 4 buys, and if not 3 to 4 sells, at least 1 or 2 sells. So how do you pick, and do you take all the positions that pop up?
No, of course not. Of course not. So I do not ever look into this anything below this, what to say, ranking me 54, 55. That becomes my first क्या बोलते हैं, point of all reference. Then I come to
so
this.
Is this the kind of evolution we are seeing, that it started from here and then now you have the ranking which helps you actually narrow down to make it?
Yes. See, understand this thing. All these things, whatever that I talked about, RSI, MACD, and everything, that is all part of ranking. It is all embedded into ranking. Even this RSI weekly below monthly, that is also there in ranking. So when we are talking
higher
about
time frame.
Yes. Obviously, it will not be taken to lower time frames. So on this RSI that I have written here, there are at least 7-8 parameters that are there, and each of the parameters will give me some number. But if I want to see it on individual basis, what is so my trade decisions will not be based upon the individual strategies, but it will be based on the ranking. But if I wish to see how exactly the daily, weekly, monthly RSI are kind of faring, that is the place I'll be looking at, rather than me opening a chart and things like that. I hope I'm making the point over here.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Correct. So that is exactly what I look at. Similarly, like I talked about MACD, the points that I talked about, 1, 2, 3, 4, जो भी weightage था, But along with that, we have this MACD daily hour, weekly, hourly hour, daily, and all those things, and those numbers are already embedded in this one. So this momentum MACD, the factor that you're looking at, the kind of number of weightage that will be coming, that will be quite big. So, and these two factors and everything coming into this takes care of most of the things that I'm trying to look at. But individual basis, if I want to find out where exactly RSI stand now on a daily, weekly, monthly thing, that is a scanner that I go and check instead of opening a chart and seeing where RSI is. So that is what I was trying to say. But somebody wants to see that those are all backups. You say that is more for confirmations and more for understanding where do we stand kind of thing.
Asit, Saurabh this side.
Yes, sir.
Looking at your daily, weekly, monthly RSI strategy, I just wanted to know your view. How I look at it is that it is giving a picture of the market or maybe a specific stock, if it is bearish, sideways, or bullish, but then it is not giving exactly what an entry point. If the RSI is moving above, maybe that is not the right point. Maybe the daily, when it crosses above the weekly, it is already at 70 or 80. So it is already overbought. So what is your view? What should be our strategy or way of entry in such a thing?
Yeah, I get your point, and that is correct. Obviously, it is not talking about the entry, but it is talking about the positions of the candles, let's say, or position of the particular script in terms of where exactly the candles are placed. Now, entry exit are not going to get dependent upon this RSI factor. Entry exit are going to get dependent upon, for me, this always ranking. Correct. So if I have something as kind of 2-3 time frames में आ गया, छोटे time frame में, I'll try to build up positions and see if it is carrying the momentum. There are times the momentum do not carry, I exit the positions. But these are the scans that I'm talking that will influence me, the overall holistic picture of the market. These are the scans I don't necessarily see every hour, but I see it around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock kind of see, just to see which are the parameters, where do they stand. So when I saw that Bank Nifty में Delhi MACD has gone below weekly MACD, that gave me a lot of sense of conviction. Okay, fine. Now ranking is also bad, and most of the banks are also coming bad, and this is also coming. So that gives me see understand this thing. For me, the way I kind of trade, volume is something that I quite scared of taking in case I'm not have confirmation. So these are the source of confirmations for me. So ranking se bhi I have RSI, MACD, stochastic. So many things will not say a wrong thing. Now I do not know whether Bank Nifty will fall tomorrow or go up tomorrow, whatever. But conviction of this thing is that it is looking bearish, and I am not bothered about the perfect entry. Please don't get me. I'm not at all a perfect entry and exit kind of guy. But I want, if I enter with volume, it should have the potential for me to give good number of points, and that is what I'm interested for. So as long as I'm confirmed that this is going to offer me decent amount of point of say 100-200 points in Bank Nifty, I'm good. But at the same time, to pump up the volume, I need a lot of confirmations from different quarters. Be it ranking, be it individual strategies, be it super trend, be it RSI, MACD, stochastic scan. This is where I look for confirmations. And once those confirmations are there, life is easy to make quick decisions kind of thing. So that is exactly what I kind of look at.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah.
So do you want to cover 8-year band and stochastic? There is one more strategy in the PPT.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. I just don't want to kind of overload all of you, so that's why I kind of thought I'll ask you whatever that.
Yeah.
I was also about to ask the same, sir.
No, I hope that A, you guys are not finding it boring, and B, you have some takeaways to execute in your own strategies and whatever that is there. So see, in this kind of platform, when we have a monologue, I have no idea what people are getting. Are they finding it okay, not finding it okay? But past experience says that people do have used those strategies and along with ranking. But there's somebody who has not taken to keen interest in ranking and whatever. These are the things you can, and this whatever that I talked about, daily, hourly, weekly, monthly RSI, this is not needed to be done in Fox. You can do it in any other software that you might be having at your disposal. So in that way, that I was coming to that point, kind of thing.
No, these are also very
for
helpful.
this
helpful
RSI
and,
thing.
I'm sorry.
I was saying these strategies are really helpful. I never come across these kind of stocks. So really
Okay.
helpful. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Asit, for this RSI thing, is it like 11 period you have taken
11,
across, or
11, always 11.
okay?
See, this ATS stochastics is nothing. It's just the Bollinger Band and RSI this thing. Read about the difference between ATR and Bollinger Band. What is this thing? We can discuss tomorrow. But again, in mean reverting strategies, again, this is a band just like kind of Bollinger Band. Now, point is कि what we're looking at stochastics is overbought, oversold, and this is near to the kind of over lower ATR band ki taraf hai, and you just play for the mean reverting kind of thing. If things don't work out, you stopped out with the kind of stochastics K and D ka stop loss dal do, and if things work out, again it gives a 400, 300 points in Nifty kind of thing. So it's always about mean reverting strategy. Do it in Heikin-Ashi and not for intraday. It is for swing trading and on a higher time frame. Maybe 1 hourly, not even 1 hourly, maybe 3 hourly kind of thing you can check. Maybe 75 minutes is also fine. So this is where you can look at. So anyway, you will have the slide to kind of read through. ATR upper Bollinger Band and stochastics overbought, it's sell. ATR lower band, stochastics oversold, it is buy. It's as simple as that. So just like what we understood in Bollinger Band and RSI, this is ATR and stochastics. Both are mean reverting, and purposefully I kept it here because of the fact I wanted to have some leg in the ranking model which will pull down the ranking in case things are going wrong or other things are hotted too much kind of thing. It is okay to have lesser ranking, but at the same time it is not something very right to keep pumping up the rankings because it is hotting up kind of thing. There should be some factor that should be warning you it has gone up too much, that kind of thing. So whenever the ADX, if you remember the trend momentum and ADX is momentum and ADX is there, whenever ADX is 45 to 50, it is -2. So that will drop, that will pull down the ranking. Ideally, it should happen that ADX is 45, मतलब तो ठीक भाग ही रहा है, but no, ADX above 45 kind of thing, it is -2 ranking for me. So in that way, this has been built so that nothing gets overshadowed by the huge momentum and rally that is coming to play kind of thing. And this ATR is useful because it takes into gaps into account. That is why it is again quite good. So do read about ATR and Bollinger Band. That is something that you can read, and which band you want to use it kind of thing. But yeah, this is kind of it's again mean reverting strategy. Somebody wants to use it independently, independently of the ranking, it can be used. And this is also embedded in the ranking in the higher time frames. In the 1 hour, 3 hour, 6 hour, this is also embedded, not below 1 hour kind of thing. So I think yes, with this one we are kind of done with all the strategies part. But once you have the scans and you understand what we are looking at, it is more about finding out the stocks and having the proper consensus with the say ranking or any other strategy that you might be having at your this thing. Let's say you have some strategy with that also. This is a sell and ranking mate is a sell, and then some strategy that is also giving a sell. So obviously the confidence key, okay fine, it is definitely looking bad, and let's see how exactly it is kind of working out. So in the strategies part, that whatever that we have discussed, this is what we have. And what we are looking at, key all these are the beauty of that ranking is that key all of these are kind of embedded. If you see this one, this volatility is nothing but we are talking about when it has gone up too much and it is about to kind of retrace back and things like that. Strategy is something what we discussed. So these are the things that okay, these are the things that we kind of try to, I don't know how come this mark has come to the screen. Okay, so yeah, so far any questions, let me know, else we'll go to the market bear thing.
So these strategies are mainly for the higher time frames only, right? Means like 1 hour and all.
So
but for the mean reverting, yes, it is. Just hold on. No, fine. Finish it up, then I'll tell. Yeah.
Yeah. So even the all these strategies that you told means 89 EMA band and all. So for 5 minutes, 15 minutes only ranking we have to use, right?
Yeah. For smaller time frames, you just do ranking and that ADX, the VWAP, EMP, ADS strategy that we can use.
Okay.
Asif bhai, I have a doubt, not to digress, but since trend following indicators work really well in commodities and currencies as well, why don't you, since most of your system is based on trend following, do you partake in those as well with your ranking system or with your trend following system?
No, recently I just started trading in US market, and that occupies everything, the mental space and everything. So no, not interested for commodities or whatever. So yeah, well, this takes up the entire space, to be honest. So no.
All right, thank you.
Asit, hi, Amit here.
Yeah, miss.
So you mentioned that obviously some factors, some indicators contribute positively, and then when things get kind of overheated, some of the factors, volatility factors or indicators will kind of start having some negative weightage. So I just wanted to know what is the kind of upper limit, for a stock, when it gets bullish, is it like 80, 85 and same when
No.
it's
It will
bearish?
not go maximum it can go to 74, 75 maybe. I've never seen something gone beyond that kind of thing.
Okay, so that also does indicate that the things have gotten kind of, really hot and it needs to cool down.
Yes, but point is, I'm not entering at 75, right? I might have entered.
Yeah.
I have entered, must have entered it by 55, 52, 57, 58 kind of thing. And so rationally, if you think, if from 55 it has gone to 75, hypothetically, let's say, which has never happened, by the way, I'm already 20 points ka range mein, right? So in case things start cooling off in a 15-minute time frame, I'm out. So no holding onto that thing. Yeah.
So Asit, for all the these strategies that we have discussed, so the time frames are mentioned in the PPT, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay. I'll talk about market breadth now. I think this is something that is again quite nice, and I have discussed some part of it. So what we are looking at here, market breadth mein, not every time we will have some ranking coming from here, but whenever it comes out with a bang kind of thing, because it looks quite solid. So first, your daily pivot is more than weekly, and weekly pivot more than monthly. The same funda like what we discussed. Or maybe daily pivot is less than weekly pivot and weekly pivot is less than monthly pivot. So if these two factors are coming, this is bullish. Just like what we have discussed, daily weekly stochastics, daily weekly RSI, daily and weekly MACD, W has gone. But yeah, daily and weekly MACD. I hope what we had discussed in that point, now it makes sense how exactly it has come to kind of ranking, you can say. Right. So what I... just a second. So here, because of the fact I'm a short-term trader for a day or two kind of thing, I know these are the factors that might not influence my trading decisions. But what if I bring all those things into picture and try to find out if they can also enhance the prospective, this thing for me? अगर डेली pivot अगर daily more than weekly more than monthly, I don't know how many times it might be happening. I don't run a scan or something like that, but I do kind of know for sure that whenever these things happen, the market breadth factor will pump up the trend and momentum even further. So the trend and momentum might be down for a short period of time, but because of the market breadth is so strong, the trend will pick it up again. So any loss of momentum in terms of numbers, any loss of numbers because of slight dip in trend and momentum will actually get supported by the market breadth. And similarly, any up move in trend and momentum momentarily, but which is not quite correct market breadth wise, it will pull down the ranking kind of thing. So it is just like a, how do I put it? It is a balancing act. It is not that I want to let these small factors play out so much that I forgot the bigger picture. This market breadth gives me the bigger picture. Not necessarily each and every script will be more than daily pivot, weekly, but at least they will give me a story. Now, Bank Nifty is daily is less than weekly pivot. It is bearish. It has a weightage, and even if Bank Nifty has run up too much, it will cancel out the positivity that is coming on a smaller time frame. Maybe eventually it will not be looking good. So, in spite of all this, counter trend mechanics, even if after that something is looking so good or bad, that gives me the confidence. I hope I'm able to make the rationale behind it why I'm including this one. So let's say if the Bank Nifty is looking bad, which we saw, let's say this slide, when we saw, what did we see? Let's say HDFC Bank, we saw 52, 58, 60, whatever. Now, if you remember, let me come back to this thing. There is a column for market breadth also. Do you see this 491?
Yes.
Yes. So my point is, market breadth भी खराब है, अगर trend भी खराब है, that means it is quite bad. Are you getting me? अगर market breadth अच्छा है, मतलब longer period time में solid है, trend आजकल में छोटे मोटे EMI में खराब है, they will counter intuitive, मतलब they will take out each other's strength and weakness kind of thing. And in that case, the number will not be that bad. Correct. But if at all the number is coming that bad, and with the fact that key momentum is also giving support, your trend is also giving support, and plus, obviously volume is there, but plus market width is also supporting you. That means longer time horizon picture is also looking bad. I'm not talking about a day or two. I'm talking about let's say next 3-4 days kind of thing. That makes much more convincing this thing for me to take a trade. So this is where I know whatever that I talked about the strategy you might use, might not use, that's a different thing. But end of it, I have used that thing in the ranking by this way. The daily weekly stochastics, daily weekly RSI, daily weekly MACD and everything, they will talk about, they have decent amount of weightage. In terms of weightage, these weightages are more than, let's say, something like the trend momentum kind of thing, because here the parameter might be different time frames, 1 day, 2 day and whatever, but here we're talking about daily and weekly parameter. It gives a lot more conviction to give some weightage to these guys, and they will kind of know. And if these guys join with the short term thing, then there's a bomb is going to be exploded kind of thing, because long term may be kharab dikh raha hai, short term may be dikh raha hai, then we are definitely looking for something really bad. I hope you got the point what I'm trying to make.
Yes.
Right. Similarly, if you see in the market breadth, what I've done, I don't know how many of you want to know about regression line, but you can study regression. So what I have done, if the 20 and 50 period EMA, they are in the upslope, and I'm talking about the regression line, and 20 and 50 period EMA is also kind of 20 has gone above 50, and 20 and 50 period regression line is also on upslope. They are positive. If they are not with concurrent view of each other, they're like not kind of in alignment with the consensus, there is a divergence, they'll give a negative figure. And but at the same time, 2050 are down, 2050 ka EMA is down, and 2050 ka regression line is down. That means we are looking at a bearish setup. We are looking at a 2050 line ka EMA up, 2050 ka regression line up. We are looking at bullish setup. If they're not in consensus, divergence, they'll not give much of either positive or negative kind of thing. So this figure with the regression, that gives even much more much more kind of linearity to the whole scheme of things. So this is one thing that I've added in last 3 months time. And the last one is the relative regression slope. Now this relative regression slope is this. Now you can the layman language, you can call it as a ratio chart, but what we are looking at here is that let's say you have Bajaj Finance and you have say Dr. Reddy. Okay, Nifty has gone down, but Dr. Reddy has gone up. That means it talks about strength of Dr. Reddy. Correct? Nifty has gone down, Bajaj Finance has gone down. That means it is bearish and it is in line with the wider market kind of thing. So anything that is standing against the market, Nifty is down, Dr. Reddy is up, it will give a lot of positive flow to the number of rankings and things like that. Nifty is up, let's say Bajaj Finance is down, it will give a lot of negative ranking to the whole scheme of things, because market is wide, market is looking good, but your stock is not performing. And here there is also another layer that is there, that is the performance of share price vis-a-vis 1 day, 3 day and 5 day. So तीनों के तीनों share price अगर मतलब it is against the wider market, lot of negative scoring. If only 1 day small negative scoring, 3 day little more. So in that way, so there is another layer of thing that has gone in the construction of the relative regression slope. Not only we are looking at the how exactly Bajaj Finance is performed against let's say Nifty, but at the same time we are also trying to look at how Bajaj Finance is faring not in 1 day but let's say 3 days and 5 days also. So this is exactly how these numbers of market breadth is coming to the picture. And when the wider market breadth and let's say the trend both are in concurrent, then this is like for sure things are looking really bad. So when we see this what is that let's say take Mahindra mein this 20 is coming, and which is obviously adding up to the 19 that is trend, which is like a short term आजकल में जो होने वाला है, but this is talking about last 1 week and kind of thing. This gives me a lot of confidence कि okay, something which is coming 20 just let's see something like this. Let's say if you have to choose only between Take Mahindra and Mindtree, okay, only Take Mahindra and Mindtree, which one will you choose, if I may ask you?
Take Mahindra.
Take Mahindra.
No.
Mindtree.
No. I mean to say yes, that's correct. You'll choose Take Mahindra because market breadth is much more better in Take Mahindra. Are you getting me? Here the weightage things will go into play. Okay, fine. Not only the short-term trend momentum is also fine, but the market breadth is also backing it up. Similarly, if you see Wipro, even the overall rank is let's say 59 here, or for that matter, Mindtree and HCL Tech. I'll be choosing HCL Tech even if it is 62 because you have a market breadth. I'll give much more weightage. I'm not asking all of you to go in depth of each and every rank, but I'm just telling you. So this is where the market breadth importance is quite kind of a nicely captured kind of thing. And if the market breadth is not going to give you number, see, यहाँ पे आप देखिए मतलब the momentum has gone down and everything has gone down, but along with that, for this let's say IndusInd Bank, or let's say for that matter this Cummins India, it's around 10. So even if the short-term trend is good, but long-term trend might not be that great. So that is why this number is 45, and that is why it will never cross more than 50. So, and if it is not crossing more than 50 anyway, it is out of candidate for me. So this is how the market breadth thing comes into the picture. It gives lot of confidence to the smaller time frame, 1 day, 2 day time frame से ज़्यादा लेके मतलब it takes a lot of confidence in that aspect. So any questions on market breadth?
Yeah, Asif bhai, do you have like so out of your 100.20 you have done for TMV, something like that? Like, do we know the max of each
See, you don't
column?
need to, no,
so that it's like
no, you don't need to know that. Just the only thing that we need to know, sacrosanct basis mein hide the number across multiple time frames, which is good for. I'm just trying to make you understand the rationale behind all the things. That's the only thing. In the end of the day, you're just going to have the final output and you see the numbers and you have to take a call which number I'm going to rely more upon. Agar koi stock which is getting featured in most of the, see, how would you trust a system? Obviously it is getting done by somebody else. Let's say it is coming from me. You have not built it. Obviously not have so my rationale behind telling you how exactly this can be of use to you. And not to kind of pump in volume or quantity or whatever to kind of begin with. Slowly, steadily give it a couple of months time, 1 month time, then you'll realize that the number of wrong trades that you're taking will cut down like anything. You might not make profit tomorrow by shorting HDFC Bank, but you'll definitely not be long in HDFC Bank. At least as long as that is what we have consensus with, this is, I'm not going to go wrong, I think we'll be good.
Okay. And other thing, like, do you have a chart showing this regression line and relative regression slope thing? Any example?
Yeah, I can show that. You want to see that we have 150 slides with done with around 15 kind of thing. So we'll show that. Don't worry on that. But that is not a concern to me, to be honest. I'll show you the relative slope and everything. But let's just finish up the content first.
Yes, one thing more. So, do you have any scan for the volume buster or something like that?
Do you what? What I didn't get you.
Volume shocking, like volume is crossing more than 200, 300% or something.
We have
with
the
previous.
volume. We have the volume parameter which we have not discussed yet.
Yeah, but okay.
So
but
we'll
there the count is only max 5. So in scoring it is contributing less, no?
Yeah, it is. It is. But at the same time, that is fine.
Okay.
There's certain reason for behind that, and I'll tell you how exactly it is coming to.
So one quick question, Asit. So this market breadth, so this is means constant among the time frames, right? Means for other things they are changing according to the 5-minute, 15-minute or
Exactly. It is minimum that is going to be there ki matlab daily, weekly basis pe, hourly, daily basis pe, inch type pe. It is not going to be smaller time frame.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just one question, Ravinder here.
Yeah.
So I understood the concept, and I think you are using it for your daily trade and to maybe a positional trade, which is 1 day. Now, if anyone wants to set this entire ranking system for, say, a weekly trade, which I think you said that you have not done it, but it has got all the components. So for that, would you suggest to start with 3 hour, or would you suggest to start with, say, a day, 2 day? I mean, that's something which I wanted to understand. What would be a good start from the lower side?
Hourly. Do it hourly.
Okay.
Hourly, your 5 minutes becomes your hourly maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe your 15 minutes becomes hourly kind of thing. So hourly, 3 hourly, then 6 hour, 2 day, then let's say 5 days. This is how you can plan it out.
Okay.
See, honestly, it's unfair of me to tell you that this will work great and everything, because I've never done weekly kind of thing. So I really cannot say that.
No, I mean, it is good to try actually. Yeah, that's the reason I wanted this, and then we can just try.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can give me your feedback and let me know. But at the same time, the fact of the matter is that the basic skeleton of the whole system is the same.
Correct.
The time frame आप change करोगे तो yes, it might not. What we are trying to look at right now from your point of view, I don't want to look at, let's say, 20 EMA. I want to look at say 79, 89 EMA kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. So those things will change, but otherwise the whole engine and model will not change much. The numbers will change only. The time frames will change only. Yeah. Anything else you want to discuss? Is it becoming too much for all of you? I just wanted to clarify. Hopefully, it is kind of you have some kind of takeaways you can say. It's not that I'm talking, and none of you get anything kind of thing.
No, this is
from my side, Asit. I have been only trading options, and that too in indices. So me, it is using any software or all of this is really overwhelming. And I realize how much of learning and practice will have to be put into all of it.
See, one thing I know for sure, and don't punish yourself by any means. I know there are a few guys who came back to me and said this. That's why I'm saying, whatever that you have given me, it will take me 2-3 months to kind of assimilate. Which I think in a way it might happen. I'm not denying that, but any which way we are connected. If there is any point of time we need to discuss anything, I'm always there. So don't think it that
personally I'm going to try to keep it far too simple, sticking to the ranking system. And of course, as and when webinar happens again, join in that, and of course practice on box trader. So that itself, I think, will be the initial objective. Then getting deeper into this individual strategies, etc.
Right. See,
the ranking system is going to be a prime way of working.
Absolutely, that is fine. As long, see, whatever that you're trying to do, whatever suits your personality, whatever that looks fine to you,
right.
That is fine. Absolutely not an issue.
Right.
But it's just that at the end of the day, I want to have this thing that all of you have some takeaways. It's okay what we want to try and test, and that's a different story altogether. But as long as there's some learning and we are having some takeaways, it is all fine. That's all the objective.
Very useful, Asad. It's very useful.
So many years of hard work has got encapsulated into a simple system, and that has gone through so many iterations. So for us to absorb, it is of course going to take some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. I think the beginning itself is excellent to get the whole exposure to it, and then ranking system itself.
Yeah.
Converting all of this into numerical model, I think, is really huge. What I would say, development or contribution from your side into it. Because otherwise, how do you have to have the expertise on scanners and look at so many indicators and whatnot. Then for anything to scale up, I think what you need is exactly this.
Yeah. See, my point is that if I want to buy, I see, honestly, I'm being very honest and candid with all of you. I never thought I'll do any workshop or webinar or whatever. That is never an intention by any means. So all I did is only for, as scared I was after losing all the money and everything, I just wanted something to give me some assurance that I'm not going wrong. So as somebody said, why RSI and stochastics, I completely agree. It's more for me, it's more of a reconfirmation and a confirmation kind of thing. Okay, fine, you're not going too much wrong kind of thing. And then I started taking baby steps. Okay, fine, let me say 500 Bank Nifty. Okay, I tried it for a month, graduated to 1000, graduated to 2000, 5000. Now there are times when I see, I just know, the numbers flow in, I just know. And I'm not at all by any means, suggesting any of you to try that. Please don't get me wrong. Try it for 3 months, 4 months, you gain confidence, make money, then try to scale it up. Till that time, don't even try to have more quantity and say ki ye ho gaya. Not for blaming me, that is not the objective, but I don't want you to lose money. That is more priority than anything else. So once only you see 50 trades, out of 50 trades, maybe 35, 30 are working fine, 10, 15 not so great, hit the stop loss. But net, we are quite positive. And now you'll come to a stage where you understand that, okay, fine, I know for sure that out of 50, 10, 15 will hit, but rest 35 is going to give me great amount of profit. What if I try to find out similar setup kind of thing? So it is not that I started taking Bank Nifty 10,000 at overnight, just happened one day. No, it started with me since last year, March or April maybe. And that time I started to around say 2000 kind of thing. And there are times I lost money. There are times I made great money. But the breakout actually happened during the, I would say, Nirmala Sitharaman candle. That day I made around, the day it happened, it was a Friday, I remember. So that day I made around say 26, 27 lakhs maybe. Mm-hmm. Yes. And
September, I guess.
Yes. And that day, I'm talking about intraday. It's a one-way rally.
1,000 points rally of Bank Nifty.
Yes. So that day I made around 26, 27. And so I always do the same thing. Whatever profit that I made, I try to put that as a risk parameter kind of thing. And first time I tried around say 7,000 or 6,000 quantity of Bank Nifty. And I knew Bank Nifty is going to go up only because of the numbers. Just like you saw HDFC Bank ranking, the one that I showed you here. HDFC Bank is all kind of negative. So in that day, obviously, because of the rally and everything, HDFC, Axis, ICICI, Bank Nifty, all the banks were in top 5 category. At that time, the ranking was not more than 20. So they were all coming around 16, 17, 18 in that time frames. I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I tried to look for. And this has come. And there is a profit that is, why not to take a chance? So that day, I increased my quantity to 6,000-7,000. And the Monday, again, there was a gap up. And the profit was close to around, say, 35, 40 kind of thing maybe. 38 kind of thing. So that gave me the confidence that whenever this kind of setup is coming, the follow-through will continue. The follow-through might not continue after 9:30, 10, 15. But I'll be out. I'm looking for in a bigger quantity, and I've already scalped. There is a profit. I'll just add a little more quantity, and all I want 200 points in Bank Nifty, and that's great. So, and since then I have never looked back. There's never been a time when, apart from that, when I was talking about that US guy has killed an Iranian president or whatever, that army guy. So apart from that event, and not a single event, whenever this kind of setup has come, it has disappointed me. So my rationale is again this thing: you can be tricked in one time frame, two time frames, three time frames, but when all time frames, including the mother time frames of 2 day and 6 hour, gives you the backup, you have to take the leap of faith. And for me now, I'm just keep waiting for this kind of setup. So and because the live trading calls and none of you to lose any money, that is the first priority for me. I just told you one lot kind of thing when I was taking 8,000 quantity. So that you can say conservative or whatever, but I knew for sure that doctor is going by 30, 40, 50 points no matter what. Both Dr. Reddy and Apollo Hospital. So yeah, and it worked. And I did not know Dr. Reddy is going for 500, but all I wanted 50 points, 60 points. And it's a different story. It opened at around 180, 190. So there are times things kind of do give you a bit of luck. And yeah, that way.
Asit, were you able to get the same signals for HCL when last week they upgraded their guidance for the upcoming?
No.
Okay.
I think what happened, that was in post market hour or something.
Correct. Yeah.
So these things will capture anything during the market that is happening. See, there's another rationale. Please, by no means I'm trying to influence you or whatever, but try to observe between 2 to 3:30 where the money is coming to picture. Okay. I have a MIFI scanner which tells me there is a breakout, there is a volume breakout. This is nothing. See, you and me will never drive the price. These are the FIs, DIs will pump in the money and try to buy something and things like that. So we are just trying to play out with their buys by their side to see if you can have some, some better benefit out of it, kind of thing. And again, I don't have an iota of idea how exactly it will perform post 10 o'clock. I'm confident till 9:30, 10, 9:45 kind of thing. If profit nahi aaya, I can still hold on to it. But profit aaya, I'm the first one to book out the profit. To hell with the ranking, to hell with the strategies. First thing first, I need to protect whatever capital, what is the profit that is coming to me. You can call it, that is not the right way to exit, but thanks to the quantity, I do not have the privilege to wait and watch. And the day I waited and watched, I lost 32 lakhs. So that is also there. So I somehow try to find out a way somehow to manage the profit, whatever that. I can always re-enter again. That is not a concern. But keeping it trailing stop loss is something that I keep doing every now and then. So yeah.
Asit, you mentioned multiple times that you get scalping.
Right.
Scalping, when you decide on a particular script, and when you do a token quantity, or maybe you start with some fillers and small quantity, in the initial stage, until you are getting validation, maybe second validation, third validation,
right,
that is the stage when you are continuously scalping with some of the quantity that you have got, right? So
yes.
Cost down, and before you are sure that now this is a takeoff.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, you got it right. So it's just like testing the water.
Right.
You're trying to find out how exactly this is going to look good or look bad, kind of thing. Whether it is going to still continue like the way. Why this screen there is some spot is coming? I have no idea. Okay. So yeah, it's only when you see ki now all the parameters, speed, ranking, view, strategy, my daily RSI gone above, weekly, hourly has gone above daily. These are the things I just look at. So my point is that when I want to concentrate just 5-6 stocks, I could very well open those stocks and see the chart and everything, but I want to focus on the price and the bit of volume profile than anything else. Rest everything is just kind of second order derivative of price. So that price fluctuations, there are times I see the price fluctuations and I know okay, this is going to rally. At that time I don't even see what is the ranking that is there. For me, first get into the script and we'll see what is happening, kind of thing. And many times it has happened. And in no time I'll pump up volume to say 8-10 lots, and if there is momentum and trend, I do not know what is happening tomorrow, what will happen after a couple of hours. But ADX going above 30 and let's say your 821 has gone up and you are proper good setup to and this is how you can take. There are times you'll see this is a fake breakout, but there are times you'll make decent money. It is like in a shooter site. You see something, get into it, make profit, get out of it. And there's no emotions attached, and we don't get money, get out. There's no holding period kind of thing. Okay, suddenly we become an investor. No. If the anticipated move is not having a proper follow through, I'll better be having an exit, and I'll have no shame taking loss and exit out of it. So yeah.
Does the Fox Trader provide an option chain whereby you can directly execute buy sell orders from an option chain?
Yeah, you can do that. Yes, you can do that. You can have a market watch full of options.
Yeah,
Nifty. You can do that.
In the ranking system screen that we are seeing right now, also from here, I'm sure we will be able to buy sell futures.
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
but option chain across multiple stocks, multiple strikes, reaching out there, unless that having that feature.
Multiple. See, honestly, you would not need multiple strikes because all the stocks. What can be done? I'm still working on something. Maybe it will take another month to have me out. What I'm looking at right now, if I have something which is like say above 55 all time frames, उन सारों का मुझे ATM strike price का call put दे दो.
ATM +1, ATM -1.
Yes.
More than enough.
Yes. So in that way, I don't have to punch in orders, and I just know which are the strike price I'm going to take care of it.
And you don't have time to add it to the watch list and then take a call on it.
Yes, that is true. But at the same time, by 2 o'clock after seeing the, I don't trade. I don't look at the system unless there's something happening. 11 to 1, I'm completely off the system. I go for a sleep or go for gym or do whatever. But 2 o'clock, say the thing that I start looking at with a fresh mind, with a fresh perspective, not being biased, whatever that has happened in the first few hours kind of thing. I just keep looking which are the stocks having the lot of traction, hitting the highs of the day, ranking 15 minutes, 13 minutes, percolate, okay, 60 minutes going up. Right. These are the stocks I'll try to track and order. Of course, I'll not get into ideas, IDFC Bank and all this craps. But something like, no, and it doesn't really matter कि Dr. D में कल 4,600 में लिया था, आज मैं 4,800 में लिया था. So that psychology is never there with me. 4,600 का जो था, that is done and dusted. This is a fresh trade, and see why you need to take this kind of trade. Another thing, well, I'm digressing a bit, but trust me, this is quite important. Let me just open NSE. I wanted to show you all. I don't know how many people of you know about it.
Actually, it has been an interesting insight in knowing this today, that actually the day starts at 2 o'clock, and then you trade for 1.5 hours. Some trades are taken over for BTST or whatever STBT. Yeah. And then as the momentum dies down by 10:30, 11, then the kind of day closes.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, no, it is not something that I planned I'll do like this. But over a period of time, I know I'm a pathetic trader between 11 to 2. So that is exactly why I knew, okay, fine, this is the area of concern.
It's market, actually, that time is meant for earning for the brokers and the government, not for the...
Yeah, I get it, fine. Can you
like in that time, did you miss any rally like between 11 to 2?
It's okay, I will see. I cannot have all the rallies of the whole FNO space. It will happen, but see, understand this thing. If I may, it is not something that is I intended to speak about, but understand this thing. Along with the financial investment, you also invest your emotion aspect of it.
Yes.
You put money to the table. At the same time, if things don't work out, you're emotionally attached to that particular P&L, whatever that is coming from that trade. If it is coming out good, great. If it is not going to come out. So I don't wish to be emotionally invested in the market. Money is not a concern. Trust me, money is not a concern. I lose out, say 20, 30, 50,000. That is not a concern. But I don't want to get entangled with the fact that yes, 1 lot, 2 lot, 5 lot, 6 lot हो गया, पैसा नहीं आ रहा है, MTM घटे जा रहा है. That friction I don't want to get into. It's a personal choice. It has got nothing right and wrong about it. I met a gentleman in Traders Carnival. He was a co-speaker. He said his day starts from 11. I was like, wow, what a great guy. So, it's to his own. Nothing wrong in that, nothing right is this. But I want to evaluate my return from the market, not only the financial perspective, but also from the emotional investment perspective also. So yeah, that is also there. And I know, it's just me. I can sell. You don't need to be an Einstein to sell options in the market. 2,000 पॉइंट के ऊपर नीचे का बैंक निफ्टी कॉल पुट आप सेल करके बैठ गए, टी टाइप थोड़ा मिल गया. आई नो कि 30-40,000 वैसे आ जाएगा, बट आई डोंट वांट टू सिट इन द सिस्टम. मतलब I would rather have better qualitative life, and rather than study something, do something else, do some other studies or whatever, rather than being in the system and trying to find out little more money. There is no end to making money in the market. You have to stop at somewhere. Okay, fine, this is done, I'm okay with it. So I don't know if it makes sense to you. I don't know why I was sharing this, but yeah, this is something that over a period of time, late realization, and I don't trade anything after 11 o'clock. Another 10% investment, 5% investment, that kind of thing. So yeah. Yeah, one thing I wanted to share. Can you see my NSE tab, the web?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. This is again something that I've over a period of time I have realized. Look at the price of Bank Nifty at 330. It is 22,124. Okay, the final Bank Nifty price is 22,078.
Yeah, that is the
settlement price. If the market is bearish, right,
yes,
and last 10 minutes when Bank Nifty starts going up, it's a fantastic opportunity. You do nothing, and the difference is what, 22, let's say 50 points.
Yes.
If I'm carrying 5,000 quantity, that is almost like 2.5 lakh rupees for doing nothing. Now my point, see, first you got to have a view, bullish, bearish, plus you want to carry, don't want to carry. Let's say what situation that I was in, I was bearish because of HDFC Bank, few other banks, and negative this thing. And this is a part of the whole thing I'm talking about, trade management. Now I'm bearish. Bank Nifty came down quite drastically. I know that is not the point to sell. I wanted it to go up. It did. It did go up. Then it retraced back a bit. Again in the dying hours, last 10-15 minutes, if you see the chart of Bank Nifty, it started rallying for 50 points. And I know this rally is not sustainable because finally it will settle quite low. So I was seeing Bank Nifty at 22,050, 60, 70, 40 in that range. ये 40 पॉइंट में पहला 15-20 मिनट में ऑसिलेट हो रहा था. Last 10 minutes में, maybe because of the fact that so many people who would have taken intraday leverage and whatever shorted, and they have to square the position. I do not know what, but this phenomena I have seen like million times. So suddenly you see a spike, completely irrational. I don't know why the spike happened, but it happened. Now you saw this at 124, but I saw this at around 140, 150 also, and I'm talking at the time of 325, 327. So if I'm bearish, I actually try to keep 30-40% of my quantity for the last 5 minutes, because I know a spike will come. I can get in, put more quantity, and my average price will be way below than this. Now what has happened? So my M2M at 330, let's say whatever that was there, it was based upon 22,124, but the final M2M will come 22,078. And I sold it at 22, 150, 160, 140 in that range. Now, certainly I have created a buffer, additional buffer for myself. I hope, in a lot or two, it might not make a difference. For me, it does make a difference. So whenever I'm bearish, I try to market to go up, then I'll sell, and I'll look for last 10 minutes, 5 minutes ka an irrational spike, and I'll sell it more so that my selling is much, much higher level. So yeah, this is one thing. I don't know if it is useful or not. So even if you want to take something overnight, try to dedicate last 5 minutes to that price, because suddenly if you're bullish, suddenly market is coming down by 100 points, great point to add quantity, because it will never be 100 points. It will settle above 70-80 points. So without doing nothing, you'll get a 50-70 points kind of gap kind of thing. So yeah.
So but we cannot buy options, no?
I'm sorry?
Case. We will be buying expensive in the last 5 minutes.
I didn't get you, sir. Come again.
Let's say starts going up.
Your voice is breaking, sir.
We will be buying. Can
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear any one of you.
hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear now? Hello.
No, I'm not able to hear.
So, Asit, in this particular case, are you saying that Monday it will definitely open somewhere at least around 22,078 or even below that?
Below that, I expect it to open below that, but that is not the point I'm trying to make. Even if it opens, say 70-80 points, I know my selling price is much higher. So that there is a credit that I've got because of the adjustment only.
Yeah, correct. But this has happened, this gap has happened so much only because of the last 30 minutes of volatility.
Last 15 minutes to be precise. Last 10 minutes to be precise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it could be because of short covering, as you said, Asit.
Yeah,
and I think that's the reason your weighted average price of which is your settlement price has gone down actually.
Yes.
And you made advantage of it of about 60-70 point, and even if it opens up 60-70 point, you are already covered actually.
Yes, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
And if it goes down below this, yeah.
What about finding out the direction? Like, is it totally based on ranking, or you have another method for that? A gap up or a gap down?
No. See, I don't play for gap up, gap down, to be honest. It's only when I be in profit, I carry the positions next day. Else, I don't carry it anything blindly, randomly kind of thing. So, Bank Nifty, I was kind of scalping for the short side, whole from 230 to 330. And my view was negative because of Kotak Bank, HDFC Bank, and one more bank, I forgot. These three banks were kind of cracking. And yes, that is why I carried the shorts. And you can see, and this is exactly all the people who are full-time traders. Trust me, if you keep seeing the screen, you'll get a lot of sense. Your numbers will tell you one voting mechanism. Okay, you yourself, your mental algo will say how the market is looking. Why the whole day Nifty was going up, Bank Nifty was just stagnant. It was not at all even 40-50 points ऊपर भी रह नहीं पाया था. So it is not so strange. It was not having such kind of strength kind of thing. So that is one of the reasons why you feel like that. There are times you go wrong. See, I'm not saying कि अगर कल 100 point ऊपर खुलेगा and let's say Bank Nifty reverses the direction and it starts looking bullish, I'll be out and I'll go for the long direction. Now, that is a game that I'm ready to play. But it is about how many times I do go right and how many times I do go wrong, to be honest. And the maximum money, make no mistake about it, my 70 or 80% of the earning has come from Bank Nifty only. Because of the fact, the direction, the ranking or whatever, when most of the things get aligned, I just go behind it and kind of pump the volume kind of thing. And apart from one incident, in the last 13-14 times, whenever the alignment happens, I have never gone wrong. So yeah, again, it is not a thing of I'll never go wrong in future. That is not the thing. But I know the chances are that if you do systematically and if you follow your models, maybe you would have a decent success kind of thing. Yeah.
Asit bhai, everybody says that option buying needs a momentum.
Yeah.
When we buy that particular in huge quantity, then how to sell that actually? Sometimes price gets fluctuated too much faster. So,
but we are not buying everything at one go, right? We are scalping it. We are staggered in a different prices. If you have to buy, let's say 10 lots of Bank Nifty, प्रीमियम 300 रुपए है, आप लिमिट ऑर्डर डालिए 300 में एक, 280 में एक, 320 में एक, 270 में एक. Let it get filled out over a period of time. This much will get filled out, not an issue.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So Asit, I was just trying to understand your timing. So earlier I thought that you would take entry at 2:30 and you were exiting next day before 9:45. But I think it's not like that, right?
No, that is the truth. I take all my positions by start with 132 to say 330 kind of thing, and may I say there are times I exit by 920, 925 also if the profit is too good to be true, and there are times I exit by 10. There are times I exited by all of it by 1030, 945. Yeah. See, for me, exits are only. Again, I'm not a hardcore TA to talk about कि यहाँ पे ये candle होने के बाद ही आपको exit करना चाहिए था and all those things. It is my way of looking at the things that as long as if my daily target is let's say 5 lakh, I have already made 20 lakhs. I better make that 20 lakhs count. I would rather make my bank account heavier than my ego heavier. I think that's one of the good things about a trader is that you don't keep yourself so seriously. Always follow the market. तो अगर पैसा ठीक ठाक आ रहे ठीक है ठीक है मैं और थोड़ा फाइट मारता तो another 2-3 लाख मिल जाएंगे but at what cost? Again, that's an emotional cost to it, and I don't want to. I want to get free of the market as soon as possible so that you're completely free. Do your own stuff. Trust me, over a period of time, once you start making money in the market, and all that you want, the least amount of time that you can spend in the market, but it has to be impactful. It will give you money with less of risk and a lot of conviction, and you can play the game nicely, kind of thing. It is not about fighting a tug of war with the market throughout the day. It's emotionally draining. We don't have to do that. You just need to know your spot. You need to know your stocks, and you need to stay in the market till the time you think your job is done. That's it. The point of fact is that when you start thinking कि अरे अभी let's say 10,000 आगे market बढ़िया लग रहा है, let me make 30,000-40,000 today. That is where market kind of gives it back royally, kind of thing. Not that you'll not make it, but there are chances that it might actually backfire. So 10,000 है मुझे 15-20,000 मिल रहा है, I should be content. Should thank the Almighty and the market कि चलो बढ़िया है, ठीक है. Let's look for the next opportunity whenever that happens. So yeah. Individual perspective. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. Please don't get me wrong in that. You please follow whichever risk management that you're following. But this is exactly what I look at it.
Okay, so if we take means if I have to ask a rough figure, means comparing how many percentage of days you keep the overnight position. So what would that percentage be?
100%.
100%. Oh.
Yep. 100%. And that is where I would like to believe, because of the ATR concept, you try to gain most of it. There are days I lost money. Please don't get me wrong. I have lost money during that last year US और North Korea में जो चल रहा था, वो मिसाइल छोड़ दिया वो पागल जो जिंगजोंग जो भी है उसका नाम, and suddenly market crashed. I had positions, lost money. US Iran president उसका मार लिया, I lost money. So there are times I've lost money, and I have.
Those are very rare occasions, right? So normally you expect means using the this ranking system, we expect the gap to happen in our favor, right?
No, not gap. See, don't get me. I'm not here for gap. I'm here for a momentum follow through. Yeah. I'm not here playing for a gap. My idea the other day was Dr. Reddy will rally by 40-50 points. 5 रुपए बढ़ा, 10 रुपए बढ़ा, 20 रुपए बढ़ा. So I will add more quantity. So अगर 50 पॉइंट का एक्सपेक्टेशन से वो 180 पॉइंट के ऊपर खुल रहा है, I'll be a fool to greed more. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, so at least the gap means not going against us, right?
Yes. The gap, the follow through is happening. That's the right word. Follow through of whatever direction that you have taken. So in the अगर follow through नहीं हो रहा है, अगर weak लग रहा है, CO first भी मैंने लिया था परसों. It did not have a follow through, loss आया, I came out of it. So there is no fighting for me. If I've gone wrong, let me be wrong in a limited quantity, limited amount of capital loss kind of thing, or profit loss kind of thing.
Okay, and so Asit, one last question. So means roughly how much time do we expect means our view will go right using this system? 70% or something?
No, it's not 70. See, to be honest, I have never calculated how many times I've gone wrong. And another thing, it can happen. You might take two positions. I might have taken 10 positions. Out of 10, the 2 that were supposed to be not in favor were the 2 that you have taken. So for me, that the number of lot that I take and the kind of quantity that I choose, that also plays me a good one. Correct. So my point is कि instead of looking at buying everything, don't just try to pick up something which is quality and go for option buying, so that even if you go wrong, your delta is 0.5 negative, not 1 negative. जैसे बजाज फाइनेंस 40 रुपये नीचे खुला, अगर आप फ्यूचर लिए होते तो 40 into 250 10,000 का लॉस होगा हाइपोथेटिकली, राइट? अगर आप एट द मनी कॉल लिए होंगे, that will go down by 10 rupees, लेस आपको 3-4 हजार 5 हजार का लॉस होगा. So that is exactly how this, आपका प्रॉफिट भी उतना ही कम होगा, that is okay, but we are not here to make profit. First we need to understand कि the loss has to be minimal. So
Okay.
that is exactly
we will explain tomorrow, right, about the delta and all. So actually, I have seen means once the view goes wrong, then it the loss is bigger. But when the view is right, sometimes it's not that big.
No, not really, yeah, not really. We'll discuss that tomorrow.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So Asif, what have you seen like in the last hour of Nifty and Bank Nifty rally, that is actually continued to be next day or it changed? What is your general?
No, most of the times it continues like that. And
Okay.
secondly, see, market is like a cycle. I don't know whether it is relatable or not. I'm very quick to change my views from bearish to bullish to bearish in, let's say, 20 minutes time also. I'm that fast to change my view and don't have any shame admitting I've gone wrong. So I don't fight the market. If things started going against me and I find my data to be positive, I was bearish yesterday, I will go positive. And there are many times I've gone wrong, but suddenly because of this trade management, I'm able to recover the losses in the same day. And again, when you have the buffer of the previous profit, trust me, you'll play little fear. अगर वो थोड़ा डर रहेगा ना दिमाग में कि यार लॉस हो जाएगा तो क्या करूँगा, ये हो जाए तो क्या करूँगा. So first try to slowly steadily, मतलब for me in a series, my maximum profit comes in the last 10 days time. Because of the fact, first 20 days I take let's say small little singles, 2s, 3s, 4s kind of thing, छोटा छोटा करके वो बेस बनाऊंगा. ये प्रॉफिट का बेस हो जाएगा, then that gives me the confidence. If the market is in a trending mode, then I'll take risk to, जो बोलते हैं ना last 10 hour का slog over, that is exactly how I play it. For me it is always a series kind of thing. So initial part, for the first 20 days I'll be very conservative, try to be very slow and steady, and that is how exactly. If you remember that 2.4 शेयर का जो प्रॉफिट आया था, that was on 31st October. And I think honestly, I don't have any so-called be it arrogance or pride or whatever. It just so happened it's a number. But what gave me actually the flip is that the previous day I was in profit, decent amount of profit, and the whole series I was around decent amount of profit, close to 1.2, 1.3 CR maybe. That gave me, okay fine, अगर 30-40 लाख का loss भी हो जाएगा, I'm okay to take it. Now understand the psychology. Your psychology will completely change. वही 30-40 लाख का loss मैं first week में नहीं ले पाऊंगा. I cannot take it. But अगर मेरे पास profit already है, ऐसे कि हाँ 25 lakhs का मैं risk लेता हूँ, अगर 25 lakhs का loss होता है तो I'll be out and still I'll end of the month in a decent one. Now 25 lakhs ka risk and let's say 2.3, 2.4 CR ka profit, it will always, again, I had no clue it will be that kind of figure, but it happened so. Bank Nifty that day gapped up by 500 points. Okay, Friday ko मैंने लिया था around 8-9,000, 10,000 quantity of Bank Nifty, or maybe 12,000 kind of, including all the calls and everything, and 500 points. It went to 680, and of course, again, my expectation was maybe 30-40 lakhs. You're getting maybe 6-7 times. So I squared off everything by 920, not even 920, 918 maybe. And just to realize, other than मैं उसके बाद स्क्रीन बंद कर लिया था, just to not get seduced to the market कि इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ रहा है and everything. And suddenly saw the market came down. And then I again started trading at 10 o'clock on the buying put and everything and made some money. So I know I'm digressing from the topic, but understand your confidence will play a major role whether how much of good profitable trader you are not. And that confidence will come from the profit that you have made. Never try to take risk from your capital. Try to take risk from your profit. Trust me, that will change the way you look at the market. अगर profit गया तो ठीक है, profit गया ना, thank. मतलब internally you will be how do I say, weird to believe कि ठीक है, even if this profit is going, my capital is still intact. So just try to play as much as you can lose to happy to lose your profit from. It will not shackle you up completely. But over a period of time, the small profit that turns out to be bigger profit for you, your confidence will go up. मतलब if 1 year back 1.5 साल पहले कोई मुझे पूछा था कि मैं 12,000 बैंक निफ्टी क्वांटिटी ओवरनाइट वीकेंड में मैं ले सकता हूँ, आई वुड हैव सेड कि हैव यू गॉन मैड. But over a period of time, I understand what is going to work, what is not going to work. Through screen time, through your what is it, trading this thing and whatever. I think that is exactly what has made a difference, kind of thing. So yeah.
Okay. So like in yesterday case, it was coming down suddenly 500, then up by 200. So in that case, like your view changed from bear to bullish, or still you were bullish? Sorry,
no, I'm not bullish. No, I'm bearish. Definitely, I'm bearish.
Even after 200-point recovery.
Yeah. That recovery, because the fall was too fast, too soon. So obviously that recovery will be happening. That is why the dead cat bounce, as they say. So, okay. But at the same time, see, understand that one long bar that has been created in the 10 minutes kind of thing, some seller has sold it royally, and that till the time that bar is not taken up, it is going to be bearish.
Okay.
Asid, by similar pattern we had seen on 14th with respect to Nifty, where we had seen a sharp sell-off of almost more than 110 points. But then you had given a call in the group saying that tomorrow market might open up and buy calls.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And well, I had some idea because 11,400 was a strong resistance. The put buyers were not covering and all that. But yesterday was the same pattern and now you're bearish. Technically, if you see technical indicators, all are the same, but your view has changed.
See, so I have created a model which is like a little comprehensive. It is more about finding the contra trades. So before any small little black swan, 80-85% and 90% of the time it has warned me three bars before, or 2 bars before. And I'm talking about not 1 year, I'm talking about last 8-9 years maybe. So 80% of the time it works fine. 80-85% I would say. So that day it did not give me this thing, and I was very, very confident the market is going to bounce back. But this time it has given a huge sell one without any contra buy or whatever. So yeah, so that is also one part of the. Also again that I see, but that is not all. I saw that the same thing that you were seeing, the call put writing and whatever that you're talking about, that data point you will see. Now again, this is exactly where the, if I may say experience, if I may say little bit of knowledge or whatever you may call it, my ranking would be giving huge lot of bearishness. Of course, that day it has fallen so back. It is nothing. It is just going to reflect whatever that has happened in the price. Correct. On those days, it is going to be a little tricky. But my suggestion to you: don't ever rely on ranking when exponential huge move has come, because all the things will either be very great or all the things will be either very, very bad. Correct.
Yes.
Then the risk reward is not in your favor. Just wait it out, confirm it, and kind of thing. But see, 1-2 lots bank nifty, that is fine. I'm not talking about some huge quantity kind of thing. Are गिर रहा है तो कल और भी गिरने वाला है, follow through होगा. Don't do that. Just wait it out and then you kind of see. See, again, I'm sorry if I'm digressing, but the more you spend time with the market and just understand the moods of the market, what point it might reverse, what point it might cool off, what point it will not go up to a point, and whatever little knowledge that I of course still go wrong every now and then. That is, and there is no shame. There is no shame in accepting my stop loss has got hit. There is no shame accepting I've made losses. There is no shame accepting my whole view has gone wrong. Just like there is no pride in accepting कि देखो मैंने कितना बढ़िया कर लिया, ये कर लिया. There's nothing like that. It is market, yeah. मतलब no one, we individually are no one in front of the market. So कभी मतलब 70-80% ठीक ठाक हो जाता है तो फिर it is a great thing. But not that कि we are some champs of the world कि मुझसे कोई गलती नहीं होगा, हम गलत हो ही नहीं सकते and things like that.
So apart from ranking, when things are too good, you also have a contrary system, which is the voice of reason for you.
Yes.
Is that what you have done in Meta? Is that what you're telling the model that you?
Yes.
Achha. Okay.
So, Asad, it means you also take a contract trade to the ranking system. So, if the ranking system is showing that the Nifty or Bank Nifty is bullish, but if your other system is saying bearish, then you also take a bearish trade. I mean, a trade opposite to what ranking is showing.
Yeah. So this is a pointer that we need to notice, so that when there is an exponential move that has happened, let's say something that you think कि let's say Nifty 100 पॉइंट जाना चाहिए था 300 पॉइंट चला गया है, I doubt कि there will be a follow through. अगर बैंक निफ्टी 200 पॉइंट गिरना चाहिए था, let's say 500 पॉइंट गिर गया है, I doubt there will be a follow through. I would rather not sell it at that point of time, let it retrace back a bit, then go for a selling. I will rather sell it at minus 200 than sell at minus 500. Still my view will be bearish and market might bounce back. So it is more about that. Would I like to sell something at so low, or would I like to sell something which will have some bounce back kind of thing? So ranking will work greatly when the market is in normal course of action. Ranking did not work very greatly in the corona times, FYI. Every next day it was supremely bullish, the next day it was supremely bearish and things like that. So I did not rely too much on the ranking at that point of time, at least for the indices. But at the same time, if the market is a normal course of actions, not too much of volatility and trending, it is going to work very nicely. The only thing is that it is not going to talk about bearishness, but we need to understand whether it is risk reward wise kind of prudent to take those kind of calls at that point of time. And if you can ready to wait कि 200 point ऊपर मेरे against भी गए तो I can hold on to the position, then it is okay. So
I think Asit, I think that is where your concept of ATR will also come into the picture, right? Because if you look at when in between Nifty moved in one day till 11,700 and something, right? And it was looking that now 150, 40, 50 point went up in the morning itself. So all indicators might show that yes, it is positive, but it would have crossed the ATR as well.
Yes,
right? So you don't have much to get anything from the market, right? That's what you join up, right? Yeah,
absolutely. I think this is one concept that I cannot lay much emphasis on this ATR thing. Just respect this ATR value. Everybody see, it is just like this: a dog which will run in an open field, it will run like crazy. But after that, इसको पता है कि मैं इतना ही भाग सकता हूँ. उसके बाद it will slow down. It will exhaust. It will kind of wait for next set of energy to kick in his body. So every stock will have every day there is no Dr. Reddy kind of rally that happens. Let's understand that's a news base. That was something happened in the US market. It has kind of fire in the engine and everything. So barring that, most of the times after the exhaustion is over, by 11, 10:30, 11, trust me, if the range is 100, okay, it has already gone 80 and you have consumed 60. I'm not interested for the next 25 points, and on top of that, my emotional investment. So that is my point. So I would rather try to pick up the stocks which are about to rally tomorrow and try to find out if I can take out some point of that rally that is going to happen tomorrow. And in the earnings season mein, this ranking works like charm. It will, before the earning, I can give it in writing. 80% of the time, the stock starts giving prints in the price action. It is looking bearish. Something is about to happen. The IVA shot up. The IVA shot up so much that things are not looking good, and maybe something's there in store. It works like charm. Ek lot mein, I remember. I don't know, I have told this in my previous batches. There's so much thing for the theta and everything, with due respect to all sellers and everything, no offense. On a Wednesday, on a monthly expiry, I had bought Yes Bank around 34,000 quantity or 32,000 quantity at 7 rupees. Okay, 230 ko result aaya tha. 230 ko result aaya tha. I'm talking about Yes Bank when it was around 1400 rupees. So I bought 1450 ka call at around 7 rupees. The day closed at around 1440. So I bought obviously that 7 rupees ka call. Ranking me, it was all top gear, all time frames. So that was the primary reason. I did not bother about a month and day, monthly expiry and things like that. The call that I bought at 7 rupees, I sold it at around 34 or 33 rupees. It went to around 44 rupees, settled at 36 rupees. And I'm talking about monthly expiry. And because of the quantity, again, it opened at 30 rupees. By the time it 34, I kind of squared off everything without even thinking what is happening. But it went to around 46, 47 rupees, finally settled 36 rupees. I bought Ultratech cement around 12,000 quantity last year, just the day of the result, did the delta drifting. Same day I got around 15 lakhs, next day I got around 12 lakhs, options buying. My point is कि you just don't chase unnecessarily when there is no momentum. And so my point is, I don't bother what happened to Ultratech the next day. I didn't bother what happened to Yes Bank the next day. So all this theory that, because you buy options, you lose theta, your momentum is not there. You wait for the right momentum. You wait for the right stock. You wait for the right the strike price to get in. And the kind of return that you get from option buying is humongous. मतलब एक दिन में दो दिन में पूरा दो महीने का टारगेट जो होगा आपका वो बन जाएगा. But you have to wait for the right opportunity. Now, I'm not saying that ranking is some holy grail or something. Please don't get me wrong. But you create something that gives you confidence. That you give backup like your child. Matlab, okay, fine. This is what I've created. Let me play it out. Let me kind of create something which will give me the confidence. Okay, fine. Over a period of time, this child will become a man and it will support me. Something like that. So create system, whatever that your conviction that you have, not necessarily ranking, but anything that you're comfortable with. For me, it is always short term. And let's say a day or two kind of thing. So the theta play never comes into the play. I lose money because of delta. My direction has gone wrong. My view on the market or the script has gone wrong, not because of theta thing. So we ought to be kind of the Sitaraman day. I carried all those Bank Nifty calls over weekend. 31st October, I carried all those Bank Nifty calls over weekends. I never bothered about this theta thing, because but at the same time you have to have the confidence on your delta or the direction. I have got the right direction. And you just need 1 day, 2 day in a month. मतलब somebody asks if market मतलब sideways market में ranking नहीं काम करेगा तो नहीं काम करेगा. I'm not here to trade in a sideways market. I want market to be trending, then I will be trading. I don't need to be behaving like a option seller to earn theta. I'm not interested. So you create your own personal choices. You create your own personal DNA as a trader. And then you try to find out what are the things that is helping you. One of the reasons I've talked about the strategies and everything, even if you might use, might not use, you have to have the options. Okay, fine. अगर मैं ranking नहीं कर रहा हूँ, do I have anything? ये भी कर सकता हूँ क्या? वो भी कर सकता हूँ क्या? Can you modify from 89 EMA to say 54 EMA? Can I do it in 21 EMA? Think like that, and try to bring out the personality that will be more suitable to trade in the instrument that you are okay with. Not necessarily Bank Nifty, not necessarily Nifty, anything. Just create your, understand the characteristics of each and every stock that you want to trade. I know Bajaj Finance very well. It's almost like before the move happens, before it comes to the ranking, I know it is going to move. So every time, most of the times, 80-90% of the call that I do in Bajaj Finance, it always comes out good. I do a lot of this Maruti, a couple of other stocks here and there. You just know that they will never, Jubilant Food, they'll never get me wrong. I know that I just wait for the right time and then I'll get into it. So yeah, in that way. I don't know what I was talking and where I have gone to, but I'm sorry.
Asit, I think this system can also help someone who is already having a big portfolio as well, because then you can just sell your portfolio, buy it back again, sell your portfolio, whatever you have, whenever you find that your stock is there in your ranking system and it is going to go down, right? And just keep on churning it if you have a large portfolio, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I have kind of trying few things in the US market and it is working like anything. It is working quite nicely, to be honest. So we have
with the same thing, with having a portfolio, and then so suppose if you have say 2-3 lots of size of a few shares, and you can just keep on rotating it whenever there is a signal comes here. Okay, just sell 1,000, again buy it back at a lower level.
Yeah, you can do that. See, if you're having a portfolio, just have a thumb rule. The moment 200 DMA daily moving average gets breached, get out of it.
Yeah.
If you have a more conservative this thing, 100 DMA ke niche price gaya to I'll not ever keep anything. So just have that line in the sand and it will be more than fine, to be honest. You don't need any system.
Yeah.
100 DMA, like we need to check in 1 day time frame, or which
daily
time frame will be better?
Daily time frame. Daily time frame. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
So
Asset, apart from trading, also like do you have a long-term portfolio or only trading?
No, I don't believe in portfolios. It's only trading.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I don't have any SIP. I don't have any investment. No long-term portfolio. Nothing like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Asit, sorry.
so you are saying something about US market. So are you trading manually or are
Yeah, it is not manual even. It is just a bit of paper trading and just trying to get acquainted with it. So work in progress, you can say.
But how are you like going to manage even if like trading like both in the morning and the night?
Yeah. I do get decent sleep. I sleep from 11 to 1. Sleep. That is good enough thing. And then.
Okay, so basically you will be spending only 4-5 hours in each market. So kind of.
4-5 hours नहीं मतलब 1.5 घंटा मतलब इंडियन मार्केट
like
में
9 to 11 and 2 to 3:30 and similar for US market.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Asif bhai, you mentioned something about ETFs and all, and how they affect the market and
ETF.
Yeah, ETF.
नहीं यार, never. I don't.
Mutual funds and ETFs, they have some buying hours. I think you say something.
Buying guys,
those lines.
yeah, all these big guys. See, I had a friend. I have a friend who used to work in a big fund house, and then this guy moved to Kotak, where he was taking care of certain things. He was the guy who told me about 89 EMA. So that is how I have made quite a decent amount of money when my capital was very small through 89 EMA band. So he was the one who recommended and told me about that 89 EMA. So as for him, yes, most of the guys they wait for the it's again another way to look at it. After the initial whatever that happens in the first 1 or 2 hours, if there is no further follow through and market is all docile and everything, most of the people from players they become a spectator. They sit in the stadium and just see what is happening and how things are coming. It's only towards the closing hours they'll again become a player and try to gain some traction out of the market. So I think over a period of time, maybe last 3 years or 2.5 years, I have done very, very less trading until and Nirmala Sitharaman or Dr. Reddy yesterday. So intraday kind of thing, between 11 to 2 kind of thing. Else I don't do any trading. And then again, none of you need to be influenced by me or rather take my word seriously. But somehow I think this is good enough window to make whatever money that you have to make. So yeah.
Sorry, please go ahead, Amit.
Asit, there were those big days that you mentioned, right? The 2.3 CR day and some other few days. So, by any chance, do you have a snapshot of the ranking system just, when you kind of went into those positions with that kind of conviction, just to kind of...
If I knew that is going to be 2.3, so definitely. I had no clue. It's just that it's a similar setup. George, whatever that you're seeing in the screen right now, that HDFC Bank ranking, it was all Bank Nifty was close to around 60, most of it. ICICI, HDFC, Kotak is close to around 55, 56. And that is good enough. The only risk that I had, in case US Trump says something goes wrong, I was confident about the move. There was no denial about having lack of confidence. But yes, I was scared also. But at the same time, I was backing myself with that 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs profit that happened the last week. So I was like, okay, fine. Let me just take this much of risk, and that should be it. It just so happened.
I'll tell you the reason why I'm asking you this is because whatever little I've known you over the last 2 weeks, you seem to be a very peaceful person. I mean, so to take such a big position, with just like over the weekend or maybe even overnight, it really you need to have a lot of conviction, right? So I just thought, okay, what would the screen look like at that point in time, the ranking system, to give you that kind of conviction.
That's what. Whatever that you're seeing in HDFC Bank right now. I'm not sure whether seeing my PPT or not. I'll anyway
I
share
can
that.
see it, yeah.
Yeah. So whatever that you're seeing HDFC Bank. Now let's just add it. I'll highlight ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Kotak Bank, and all of them are here. And plus Bank Nifty is also there. This doesn't happen every now and then. Let me also tell you that. This doesn't happen every now and then, but whenever that happens, I will definitely keep my group posted. If you can take risk, go for it, go all in for it, and just one day and that you make profit and matter over. So yeah, in that way. So something like
I think you shared one picture in which
we are awaiting for the day.
68. I remember that.
I'm sorry.
I think you shared one picture that day in which Bank 60 ranking was coming 68, Bank Nifty ranking.
I think I did it in the morning. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, I put it in the Twitter also. Again, I did not know 500 point ka gap up. I swear to God, I did not. I just 100, not 100, maybe 200 points ka hoga, and I was happy with some 40, 50 ka. It is more than fine. That is not some game. It just so happened that it so happened. So yeah.
But Asif bhai, actually that time HDFC was not supporting the rally. All the other banks were really supporting that rally.
Yes. I think whoever was asking me the previous question, how did the ranking look like? Please go through that tweet. Thanks for reminding me.
I'll do. Oh, okay.
So it was there in 31st August morning को मैंने tweet किया था उसको, and without having any anticipation कि Bank Nifty will open up like this.
Even like Maruti is in 6 apart from 2 days scan, it's in like every scan. Maruti, it's above 55.
Yes.
SBI is like that actually. It's starting from the 15 minutes to 30 minutes to 3 hours to 1 hour to every place it is there.
Yes.
Asif bhai, is that why you have a regression study? Because the Bank Nifty big gap up day, all other banks were doing well, but HDFC was slightly, dull.
Yes.
That when regression helps you to kind of?
Yes, definitely. Good point. Yeah, very good point. Yes.
Sorry, Asit. I hope we are not diverted too much. Means I don't want to miss on the topics that we have planned.
No, Jatinder, we'll complete each and everything. Don't worry.
Okay.
Even if we don't complete tomorrow, we have the whole week and whole month. But don't worry on that. But yeah, I think we did digress a bit. And let me just see, another 10 minutes, we can finish up the session for the day. I want to see what we have covered. So we have covered over this market breadth. So that is fine. This volatility I have covered. I will talk about this coefficient variance and Keltner channel. These two things I'll be talking. And the volume part of it, this will take around max 1 hour kind of thing, and then we'll get into options part of it. So I'll just run you through what is there in Pendy. So these are the scans that I kind of put it here. Once you have Fox, I'll share all the scans. This is one thing that I wanted to show. This is the Bank Nifty chart that I see in Fox. Not a chartist to draw any lines and everything that I can tell you, but I just look at this. So this upar ka jo aap dekh rahe ho, this is EIS. I hope all of you would be knowing about EIS, Elder Impulse System, where your 13 EMA is in consensus with MACD or not in consensus on MACD. And RSI, same with stochastics in 5 and 15 minutes. This is what the two things I look at. In the 15 minute I put it in the pivots, which gives me the direction where exactly things are. If you see this line, for that day, it kind of support 3 got completely braced, and this is not a zone to sell. So that's exactly, I told you all to buy the put, but I changed my view because of the fact that it was too oversold, and I was expecting this kind of move and then to fall back again kind of thing. So this is one thing that I had in mind. So this is a chart that I check in Fox. This anyway I think should be fine. Okay, so there's a section that I've done for all these trend indicators. All those who starting new or have little idea, whatever that is needed, I have tried to put it over here. Moving average, how exactly it will be. I'm not going to cover all of this. Go through this. If you have any query, the next Saturday that we are sitting for 3-4 hours, we will clarify the doubts. But you have to put effort. These are very basic stuff. Let's not waste time on this thing. But please do read about it. And these are all part of the trend indicators that we have discussed. And this is enough snapshot to let us know what exactly pivot, what is super trend. This is one thing that everybody knows about VWAP. What I look at is this, what are the stocks that are above VWAP and what are the stocks that are below VWAP. This is a snapshot from my FNO. So this is one data point that I look very closely, you can say. VWAP. Arun is there, PSR is there. I think this is what you can go through. Before that, it's all strategies. So, and before that, it's fine. So one second. And there is this momentum indicators, the second box you can say, MACD, RSI, ADX. I think again these are all basic. Just go through this. Regression slope I'm going to cover tomorrow. I have kind of given the snapshots, and so if you remember what we talked about, like this point, what is the kind of scoring will come, what is the point of scoring that will be coming here. Go through, and you may have better. These are all obviously compilations from net and everything. That is not something that you have to rely upon, but yeah, quick reference. I just thought to kind of give it this thing. ADX is something that you can read. There is a book called ADX Excellence, in terms of somebody wants to read about ADX only on that indicator. This thing, I've read that book. It is quite nice. Some influences have been taken from there, and try to read that, and you'll find a lot of good nuances there. ROC, KSC, these are basic stuff. What I'm going to talk about this relative slope tomorrow. A bit of just an kind of understanding how exactly it is going to help. So I'll tell you. So basically, what happens? Let's say there is a slope of Nifty, right? And let's say there is another slope of, let's say, Bank Nifty. You'll see the Bank Nifty slope is not as the way Nifty slope is. This is almost similar to the ratio chart. Ratio chart में Nifty and Bank Nifty, Nifty and Pharma, how are they performing? One numerator and one denominator. Denominator will always be Nifty, and see the numerator where exactly it is. It is less than 1, it is crossing 1, it is going above 1, and how exactly they are performing. That gives a lot of indication how the Pharma is going against Nifty, how the steel is going Nifty. Inside the Pharma, pick up the leader of the pack and try to have a ratio chart built upon the Pharma index and see which are the ones that are giving breakouts. So these are also the cues that you can take out, apart from whatever systems that you have to find out. Key, I want to find out the best of the stock which is having most of the strength. Not only I know key. So let's say you have Cipla, Lupin, Dr. Reddy, Aura. Which one you want to pick up? I'll pick up Dr. Reddy or Lupin maybe, because in the ratio chart they are outperforming. In the relative slope they are outperforming. If you want to find out, you can run the ranking on, let's say, Pharma index and find out which is the stock which is coming into the best. Run the ranking on, let's say, banking index and see which are the stock which are coming out to be the best. If you have to buy HDFC Bank and Kotak Bank, which one is giving you much relative ranking in terms of shorting or going long kind of thing. So these are the things that you can, not that it will have a great impact, but it will always influence your decision making skills kind of thing. Which stocks to avoid, which stock to pick it up kind of thing. So yeah.
Can this be refined further? For example, if I know a supply zone is coming for Nifty, so can I find out the strongest stock in Nifty at that time and probably buy it, or the weakest and short it? Does it work to that extent?
Yes. Maruti, Tata Motors, that's a favorite this thing. Buy SDFC, buy SDFC, sell Kotak. Great HDFC Bank I'm talking. There's a lot of pair trading that is done. We can do that in the same industry, in the same, let's say Nifty and the rest of the stock and things like that. There's a lot period of time when the these metals were underperforming. Now what you can do, you can buy Nifty and sell metal. That is the hedging that you can do. So this is exactly how, when people say why don't you hedge, I try to pick up the weakest sector, and weakest sector से सबसे weakest कौन है?
Weak stock. Okay.
Exactly, that you pick up. So just like ranking में the probability is that the stock which is having highest of ranking in all time frames, okay, even if market falls down by, let's say, 50 points tomorrow, gap down, they will be the first ones to go back to break even because of the inherent strength that is there. Okay, if market gaps up, these are the first stocks which will rally like anything because the inherent strength. मतलब स्कूल में 10 बच्चे हैं, 10 में से 5 बहुत इंटेलिजेंट है, कुछ एग्जाम हो तो वो 5 सबसे ज्यादा पहले पहुंच के मतलब ठीक ठाक कर लेंगे, that kind of thing. So why do I put money on the 5 weaker kids kind of thing? मतलब not to generalize thing, but that's exactly how I look at it. अगर 10 कंपनी है, 10 में से which are the strongest one. Similarly, अगर market जैसे gap up होता है and you have sorted some stocks which you should always against long, these stocks will go up. But trust me, they'll be the first one to retrace back because they are the weakest of the pack. So yeah.
You don't play contra, right? In this, for example, if Bank Nifty and Nifty are out of sync, then you won't short the strong one and go along the weak one.
Never like that. Never contra in the weaker, stronger kind of thing. Trend direction of the market, you can always play a bit of contra, but not in the strength and weakness factor kind of thing. So yeah, so this is about slope. So this tells us about कि अगर निफ्टी का स्लोप पॉजिटिव है, अपवर्ड है 30-40 डिग्री है, एंड लेट्स से HDFC बैंक का स्लोप नेगेटिव है, you know for sure कि बैंक निफ्टी is going to underperform. I can go long in Nifty and go short in bank Nifty. Great trade. Even if bank Nifty goes up, you don't have to worry because you know कि you're getting to short the same weaker stock in a much. But at the same time, you don't need to panic. You need to have the conviction. And plus, you need to have the position sizing under control. And that is only you can benefit by doing this kind of trade, you can say. So, yeah. So,
do you hedge the position whenever you're taking the trade?
Like which one?
Which one? Option fine. Suppose if you are bank Nifty.
No, if I'm bullish on bank Nifty, I'm bullish on bank Nifty. There's no point hedging. Either I'll go wrong or I don't want to eat up my profit kind of thing. So अगर मुझे पता है कि एक लेग मुझे प्रॉफिट देगा, दूसरा लेग मुझे लॉस देगा, there's no point. Either I'll be long, I better to be stopped out with my stop loss, or I make profit. But no hedging. But I'll do hedging for the sectors. जैसे मेटल वीक है तो मेटा में मैं टाटा स्टील JSW स्टील शॉर्ट करके जाऊंगा. I used to tell in my seminar guys कि don't carry anything pharma and metal kind of thing overnight. Now pharma का space has changed. That's why pharma we can still carry, but there's a time when every second day that FDA used to come out with इसका ban होगा, वो ban हो गया. I don't want to have that kind of shocker. So pharma I never used to carry maybe 3 months back or 2 months back. It's only recently I've started carrying. Metal again something not to carry. China में कुछ news आ गया, वो news आ गया. Metal will crack down like anything. So metal and pharma you can not to include in that thing, but metal is something I would not like to carry overnight kind of thing, because the sector is quite influenced by the outside news kind of thing. So yeah, in that way.
Asit, one small doubt. So as you said, like you decide your position sizing on the basis of yesterday's profits or last week's profits. So for example, someone is starting out with 10 lakhs. So should he take, for example, if I take a position for 1 lakh, let's assume my maximum loss in a worst case scenario would be I will lose like half of the capital, like 50,000. So
half of the capital.
Yeah, like because if something maybe
you said 10 lakhs, right?
No, I mean if I take a position of 1 lakh, then okay, if I in the worst case if I lose half of the capital, so how much should I start with? Should I take position for 1 lakh or?
No, so if you're conservative, if your capital is total of 10 lakh, don't carry anything more than 2 lakh kind of thing. And if you carry the best of stocks, worst of stocks for long and short, you'll never lose half of your capital. Trust me.
No, I mean it was I don't know how it works. So I just said it was worst case scenario. So
no, so always hedge your positions, one long, one short, best of relative strong stocks. So something that we saw today, Grasim is the best, and let's say HDFC Bank is the worst. So go long in Grasim, that too not future at the money call, and buy at the money put of HDFC Bank. You'll not and I don't want to kind of influence you wrongly, but at the same time, the moment you get into the options scope, options platform, you'll get almost the same benefit as a future with much lesser investment. Well, I can guarantee, the live trading calls that we had, few people might have definitely made decent money. At no point of time the premium would have been more than 50-60,000, and I can bet, or maybe 70-80,000, not more than that. Agar usme se if you can do it and if you can still make profit, there is no point to kind of have bigger amount of capital investment. See, I can always get instead of 10 rupees, I might get 5 rupees ka profit, but so be it. My capital is protected, right? And the point is that when my options the carry that I'm doing, if I'm doing for the next day or next to next day, There's absolutely no this thing of no theta decay until unless that's a Wednesday month end and things like that. So
Yeah.
no worries on that.
Okay, so basically, if I have 10 lakhs, I should maybe risk. I should keep money like think of keeping money like 1 lakh or 2 lakhs at max.
That's great. Malab, at least if you can start making money, see what Abhishek you can do. Start with 2 lakhs, keep making say 4%, 3% from that 2 lakhs itself. Okay. And over a period of time, trust me, you're trading this thing. You yourself will know you're doing something good, and your trading DNA will start getting more metamorphosized kind of thing. You start slowly. मैं 2 lakhs अभी 4 lakh ले सकता हूँ because I have the confidence. You have to breathe that factor कि what you're doing exactly. Once you understand what is the magnitude of the risk that you're carrying by carrying overnight, carrying intraday, whatever, there is no issue. अगर don't ever look at like 1 lakh है तो मैं 50,000 ऑफर कर सकता हूँ. No, even if you think setup has gone wrong, your views have gone wrong, you're not supposed to even let go of 10,000, 20,000 kind of thing. Forget about 50,000. So it's not that कि आप 50,000 का प्रीमियम दे दिए तो 50,000 ही तो जाएगा ना. No, that is not the attitude. I cannot let go more than say 42,000. मतलब 8,000 से ज़्यादा मुझे लॉस नहीं होना चाहिए. So if you have that, you will keep exploring every now and then. Dr. Reddy, Ultradex Cement, Maruti, जहाँ पे momentum है, trend है. See the question of how much of profit I need to book and where to book my profit, that's a different story. But more than that, and that's a luxurious question to ask कि मैं 100 रुपये में profit book करूँ या 150 रुपये में profit book करूँ. I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about if you put 1 lakh, it should never be a case कि 1 lakh has become 20,000. Your 1 lakh should at max become 90,000 or 85,000, that kind of thing at worst.
Okay.
So yeah, never have. Don't even start.
Like my position sizing or the choosing my FNO stock should be like that. Even if goes by some point, my biggest loss will be maybe 10 or 20% on that particular trade. Something.
No. Don't ever look at that particular trade. End of the day, no trade or no particular trade should be having the ownership of losses. Try to cut that down. The 2% rule, 3% rule, I do not know who has made it. End of the day, just ensure that whatever loss that you're making, that is something easily digestible by you. Give a damn whoever posting what kind of screenshot in the Twitter, that doesn't really matter. End of the day, what matters what capital you're left with. So 2%, 3%, 4% की बात नहीं. You can afford 10% even if you have. Should you have the decent amount of profit, then go for 10%. Nobody is stopping you. अगर 10% आप profit बना चुके हो, 10% आपका loss है, so be it. अगर profit नहीं बना के loss के बारे में सोचेंगे तो फिर वो ratio ही गलत होगा.
Okay, so, but for the starting it is nothing. So there should be some stop loss in the system.
So stop loss. So let's say you take something. Let's say I have sorted Bank Nifty. You should not be going say 10 loss, 15 loss. Just take 1-2 lot and just keep yesterday's high as a stop loss. You have gone something long. Yesterday's low as a stop loss. उससे ज़्यादा खराब नहीं होना चाहिए. And if you're starting, don't do anything overnight till the time you don't have the confidence. Overnight is always a risky figure, but it always gives a great amount of profit also. So even if you're planning to do overnight, don't do overnight with futures. Do with options. आप let's say 40,000 का प्रीमियम दिए, 40,000 20,000 रह जाएगा, fine. It is not going to shake you off completely. But 10% gap down हो सकता है. 10% gap down होने से future में काफी loss हो सकता है. So understand which instrument is going to be much beneficial to you.
Yeah, so, and not even more than one lot, even if all the conviction are there. Yeah.
Yes. Make profit. You make profit. No, आप 10-15 बार profit कीजिए, उसके बाद लीजिए, कोई बात नहीं. But
yeah,
not
it's
before.
About getting experience only, so that next time you will be comfortable.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Asit, you will be adding us to the trading group which you already have. A few of, all of us.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that group is going to get filled, so that is some concern that I have, but I'll do that. It's already 250, 210, 220, I guess. I think WhatsApp allows maybe 40, 50, I guess. Well, 240, 240, maybe, I don't know. I'll see.
Telegram now, actually.
It's just that I don't use Telegram, and it is much more convenient in WhatsApp, a bit backward in terms of technology, I guess. But yeah, let's see. That's something we can figure it out, not to worry.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so this is one more thing I wanted to show you. Let me just enlarge the screen. Do you see the momentum overview? Do you see my PPT?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
So this is a screenshot from Metastock. I think I'll take out a new screenshot. It is an old one, not giving the proper view. So this has all the CCI ultimate oscillator, momentum, MACD, and the particular index that you're looking at, how exactly each of the momentum are getting fixed up at. So that is the thing over here. And it just gives me overall perspective where we have moved from to where and what could be the road ahead. But this I study once in a week, every week kind of thing. I just thought I'll just show you okay, this is something that I look at in meta kind of thing. Yes, we will talk about this volume indicators tomorrow. So that is something I'll talk about couple of indicators from here and that should be fine. I just want to see and volatility studies may it should be fine. This you can cover and okay. I have taken these pattern indicators. I am absolutely big zero in all these things. There's I'll tell you, in case somebody, any of you wants to learn patterns, charts, and everything. I know Amit Gulecha. He's a fabulous guy. He's quite good. I have learned from him, but I have never put his studies to use. But superb guy. Whenever you want to learn about charts, candles, patterns, and everything, do kind of attend his webinar. Fabulous guy and very good. There is another guy called Rishikesh. He was again I met him in this Traders Carnival in March. I found him really good. To authenticate and genuine guys, you should attend their sessions if they are having anything and things like that. All these things I've just taken it for reference, not that you something some great all copy paste stuff from internet. You can find it in internet, but I thought I just have something so that people in case they want to refer it, it will be there. So this is the pattern thing. Now what has happened, if there is a bullish chart, any kind of bullish candles that are getting formed, this in Fox it will start giving us positive ranking. If there is some bullish bearish candle, जब bullish engulfing हुआ तो यहाँ पे +2 आ जाएगा. यहाँ पे कहीं पे bullish haraming हुआ तो मतलब it will be having a +1. So different candles will start giving different numbers. So in that way, I'm not guilty of not including charts and everything into my analysis, but that is kind of not taken care of by the Fox guys in their own this thing. So that is what I look at over there. But again, not something that I'm very fond of, but because I know if this is happening, your indicators will take care of it, and whatever laggard and whatever that is there, that is fine. But yeah, this is something that you can always look at. I never look at all these divergences and all these studies. I just do have a scan in Spider, and that tells me if there is any divergence, positive, negative, whatever that is there. So yeah, scalping, I will talk about it completely in the end. I would not like to talk it, but maybe sometime I'll share one video link I did for Spider guys. You can go through that, but trust me guys, don't do scalping if you're not profitable. If you're not profitable daily trading, hourly trading, scalping is something self-suicidal if you do not know what you're doing kind of thing. But I've included the whole content, whatever that is there, and we will discuss, but it is a less priority item for me. I definitely do want to talk about the options ka detail and what are the things that we'll be looking at. But yeah, these are all the in the PPT that I did for Spider and a bit of old one. But yeah, and we'll start from the options then. And this is where the whole crux of the whole matter will be coming tomorrow, and we will discuss how exactly we can take the trades and everything. So tomorrow, what we'll be doing, if I can take you to the main slide. Just give me a second.
Asit, are you talking about the same video which is about an hour plus on scalping, which is already there on YouTube?
I'm sorry.
There is a scalping video by you on about
yes,
an hour and a half.
Yes,
hour and a half. Yeah, same
yes,
one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same here, but I would add few pointers. You can. Today and tomorrow we are not going to do. Today is anywhere over. Tomorrow we are not going to do scalping. If you want to learn about scalping, we can always sit down again sometime and we can discuss scalping. But I want you to be more. Let's not try to play T20 before playing one day and test cricket.
Absolutely.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I have made money in scalping. I have lost money in scalping, and I know the positive and negative of it. Don't chase what is being advertised in the market. This is the easiest way to make money. It is not. it is definitely not. Don't get influenced by it. And rest, you want to learn, I'm all there. So don't worry. We can always sit down for 2 hours to run scalping, but I would say the strategies that we have discussed is far, far, far better than scalping on a positional basis without losing your sleep and peaceful trading kind of thing than scalping kind of thing. So that is what I would say. So my point is that we'll do scalping, but not tomorrow. Maybe next Saturday, maybe sometime during the week, whenever you wish to discuss, and we'll do that. That is not a concern. But see the scalping video in Spider. Bit of things are definitely covered there, and few of the pointers I'll talk about it. So no issues with that. And if I come back to this thing, I think what we'll be spending time. I would like to talk about gamma scalping. This is something, if you are interested, and this is another level of scalping, yes, we can talk about it. But tomorrow with options, Greeks, and volatility data strategies, I would like to focus more on this part tomorrow than anything else. So what we'll be doing will be, what I'll be talking about tomorrow is this. Let me go to, I will talk about this coefficients. There are few statistics, the parameters that I have included here. This I'm going to talk about this volume parameters, and then we'll be done more or less on this part. This chart pattern cloud, I'm not going to talk anything, and trust me, I'm not good at it. I have no shame admitting it. If you want to learn, Amit Gulecha is the best guy. But on the other side of it, trust me, you are not the only one who is looking at charts. It's being followed by everyone. So try to find the edge in the charts kind of thing, whatever that is there. But at least, if you start using ranking, you don't ever feel the need of charts and everything. That is also there, until unless you're doing scalping and things like that. So I think this is exactly what will be. So I'll be covering this, a bit of volatility and volume, and I'll show you Foxca system in my other system, and what exactly I look at and whatever that I've shown you. So by lunchtime, we'll be done with all this thing. Post lunch, we'll start options, or maybe a little ahead of lunch, we'll start with options, and we'll finish it up by say 6:37 kind of thing. So yeah. So for today or for any queries, please let me know. We can discuss.
I think enough for today. Tired actually.
Yeah, I'm sure. So yeah. Any other?
Actually, this is odd question. This is regarding have you faced that problem that you were not able to cut out the position?
Hey, I'm not able to hear whoever is speaking. You need to be a little louder.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hi, tell me.
Yeah, actually, this is odd question. This is regarding proper. If you have faced that really.
Nick Prosenji, your voice is breaking here. I'm not able to hear you. Anyone else has any question? Any query?
Yes, sir. Mandar here.
Hey, Mandar, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. It can be it's a kind of personal question actually. You can answer or you cannot. It's basically, what was the capital? I know you must have lost lots of capital, and then you realize how things work, and you figured it out, and you are whatever you are showing, it's the end product of that. But what I want to ask is, what was the capital when you started growing exponentially?
What was the capital like?
That means you started growing exponentially. At that point of time, what was your capital?
Right. Not more than say 60, 70 kind of thing. It was last year.
Yeah, that was my question. Yeah. Okay.
But there's nothing like exponential here. Even last year, I lost
no.
a bit of money.
So you have to admit this is exponential. Trust me. If you don't call it exponential, what is the meaning of exponential?
No, these are all just numbers. Trust me. Yeah, but you might. No, that's not the thing. See, I'll tell you what. There are some friction that happened with one of the sellers in the country, and I know, a lot of things were written. So there are quite a few guys who keep trolling me every now and then. Not that I'm bothered, but at the same time, just sharing another aspect of this so-called Twitter world and everything.
Yes, and whenever you are going to reach to some heights, there are going to be people who are going to troll. All you can do is neglect, because
No. This see, trolling is not bad. It is okay. It is all right, but it should be rational. It should be absolutely logical. Matlab, if you find people talking about it without any logic and rational, that is what disappoints you. And when they get personal, that is what disappoints you. So I never knew somebody had made say 95 lakhs in a day, and that was supposedly the highest one in the country. And so this guy started ranting ki this is
that
all.
is because the person you are talking, he must be showing there are people who are making millions of dollars.
Yes,
They are not showing off.
absolutely. So it is end of the day, it is how good you are becoming. It is not that somebody has this is the benchmark, that is the benchmark. It is never like that. And if we start trading like that, no, trust me, you yourself are letting yourself down, kind of thing. Money, yes, it is good, it is all fine, but at the end of the day, what matters is that how confident you are becoming with your process and whatever that you are doing. I'll tell you a very slight example. It has taken me close to 4 years to chain my hand during 11 to 2 to make myself completely unavailable in front of the desk. It has taken me so many years, and trust me, for me, that is the biggest discipline, development me as a trader than anything else. And I love so much about me because of that fact. Because पहले ये होता था कि हाँ 1 लाख हो गया, इसको 2 लाख बनाना है, 2 लाख हो गया, इसको 4 लाख बनाना है, and in the end of the day I will be left with -50, -80, -70, and that has happened like million times. So just to come out of that addiction कि मुझे trade दिन भर करना है, it is, see, there's another thing. मतलब most of the people when they become full time trader, उनको लगता है कि मैं जॉब कर रहा था, बिजनेस कर रहा था, मैं फुल डे एंगेजमेंट रहता था. अभी तो चला जो मैं कमाना चाहता मैं 15 मिनट में हो गया, मैं बाकी का दिन क्या करूंगा, चलो थोड़ा लेते हैं, इसको थोड़ा देखते, वो देखते देखते थोड़ा लेते, थोड़ा में करने से ना you start losing that मतलब अपना momentum and inertia, whatever that you might have got this thing. So over a period of
in this pandemic, people are portraying stock market is a quick buck machine.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's one of the difficult things too. I can say without a shadow of a doubt, after 6 years of experience, it is very hard to make money out of the market. Though I'm earning consistently from past 1 year, but still I can assure you, with anybody newbie is coming, whatever you are doing is really helpful.
Yes, absolutely.
So is it for the starting trader, like 2 to 3 lakh capital is fine to start at? That's what you said. Even if you have 10 lakh,
no, that's not what I said. I said if you have 10 lakhs, use 20%, 30% of that capital for longevity.
Okay.
So if you're doing 20, say hypothetically, if you're doing 2 lakh, 3 lakh kind of thing, just cut down to 30%. 60, 70,000 should not be, 40, 50,000 should not be your exposure. See, you want to run a sprint or you want to run a marathon. You understand that? If you give yourself time, a fair chance to be alive in the market for a longer period of time, trust me, there will be times when you do not have any required skill set, any of these things, suddenly market rewards you for being with it for a longer period of time. And trust me, this is something I'm realizing. So much of struggle, so much of horrible things that I've seen in my life because of being associated with the market. And there are days I don't think there is any skill set, anything. The system said something, I just went with it. And money, I was like, this kind of. I'll tell you, last month, the amount of tax that has come to me, it used to be my annual salary just 4 years back. And I was amazed. See, I'm not saying I'm doing something exceptionally great, but at the same time, I definitely would like to believe that I did not accept the defeat and try to improve myself, try to discipline myself, try to do few things here and there. But there are times I realize कि नहीं यार ये मेरा कोई great skill set नहीं है जिसके लिए पैसा है. I think just that with the experience we try to kind of make something which you think you would never make it kind of thing. So this is like that. So when you're saying the 2-3 lakh kind of thing, my sincere suggestion, ensure this 3 lakh or 4 lakh, whatever that is there with you. आप प्रॉफिट नहीं बने, नो कुछ इशू नहीं है. नेवर टेक लेवरेज. अगर आपको 3 लाख है तो 40-50 हजार के बीच में ही काम करना है. मतलब दैट इज हाउ यू नीड टू बी, बिकॉज 10 years down the line you should have an aim to this 3 lakh 4 lakhs is becoming say 50 lakhs once year kind of thing, and have that objective कि हर महीने में this is the target, this is what I'm going to put back to the capital, this is how I'm going to grow my capital. Have a roadmap, and that is going to help you a lot. Don't trade without directions. Have the directions, how much of capital you're going to use, how much of profit you want to make on a weekly basis, monthly basis, quarterly basis, and stick to it. अगर आप quarterly profit आपका एक महीने में आ गया, don't trade for the next 2 months. Just wait it out. Just see कि what is happening in the market. So yeah, मतलब see, पैसा 2 lakh 3 lakh, if you do not be serious and be little careless about it, little lethargic, it can wipe it out within weeks time. I forget about weeks, if you have wrong position sizing, it will go in a single day. So don't do that. Just stay nimble, small quantities, and just understand कि आप 2-3 लाख में कितना पैसा बना सकते हो, उतना ही बनाइए. And don't get influenced by anybody else. Just keep your own capital protected and try to grow it over a period of time.
Okay. Yeah, because the thing is, like, if you have this much of capital, okay, forget about future, even cash also, very less quantity you can take.
Yeah,
if you want to be safe.
See, that's exactly what I'm trying to say, Vishal. You wait for the right opportunity, and opportunity will come, and take options. And that option should be just overnight, and you know कि there's a gap down happening or something happening. Just take maybe 100 bank nifty. Even if you make say 300 points in bank nifty, that's a great amount of return. 100 bank nifty मतलब 4 lot. At the money call मतलब you're talking about 300 रुपए. 300 रुपए में 4 lot लेने में not much of investment. अगर डूब भी जाएगा, it is not going to shake you up. But the probability of that 4 lot 5 lot giving you decent amount of return is huge, humongous. For you, that the positional trading that we talked about is going to be a lot of benefit. Don't get into scalping mode. Don't get into that ADX mode. They can make quick buck and also take quick buck also. So understand what kind of strategy, what kind of trading that you want to do. So those are more important than anything else.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Asit, hi, Amit here. One question I wanted to ask is, so eventually, for me at least, the plan is that I want to have some capital deployed in an algo trading system or an automated system. So with respect to that, I've started kind of, learning some bit of Pine script. But any other coding languages that we need to learn, or Fox is kind of pretty good at.
How much is your capital, Amit, if you don't mind?
So I'll be honest with you. For me, capital is not an issue. I mean, I can also kind of create capital. It's lying in bank or some invested.
Got it.
So that's not an issue actually.
Okay, so I'll tell you this thing. See, more than the whole great scene, I'm going to talk about systematic trading and discretion trading and this algo convention. I'll tell you, if you know what you're doing, and this algo is nothing. See, algo is first, it is made of two things. One, there is a rule-based system that you're trading, and this execution is happening by the system. Correct. If you're not trading too much of quantity, let's say you want to get the best of bid ask and everything and things like that, which I'm sure most of us will come to a point maybe after a few years or whatever. It is not that paramount that it has to be automatically generated signal and automatically executed signal by the system. You just need to know. See, be it the algo, be it the you system-based trading, and you punch the orders by yourself. As long as you know your system is, you can rely upon your system. You can punch 5 Dr. Reddy and you can make 2 lakh rupees in the next day. No issues. That is not a concern. See, I would rather say focus on what kind of trading you want to do. Focus on the strategy that you want to do. That is much more important than say algo at this point of time. First, understand what you want to operate with. Then get into the algo space and things like that. But coming back to the space, whatever little that I know, I do not know anything about Pine script. If you want to do algo trading in Fox, very much you can do. It's much easier. You can learn Python. That's the flavor of the whole trading community, I guess. Yeah, these are the things that you can do.
Okay.
But have you faced problem regarding broker that you take position and platform?
I'm not able to hear you. Your voice is breaking.
Sorry. So, Asit, sorry to just continue and finish with my question. So basically, you're saying that we can have a rule-based automated system deployed in Fox, and that works pretty fine, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing it all well. Yeah, I'm not doing any algo trading. बीच में कभी कर लेता हूँ ranking base में. That too, when the market is little trending mildly bullish, mildly bearish, that kind of thing. I don't do much of algo trading. I don't need to. Yeah, मतलब, and I have a sizable capital to trade. Trust me, I don't need. I never felt the need of algo because you need to know what you're doing. If my sense of direction is wrong, आप algo डालो, ML डालो, जो भी डालो, आपको पैसा लॉस होने वाला है. It's as simple as that. You ought to be knowing where the market is going, whether it is going or not going. That is also need to know. And अगर वो नहीं पता है, मतलब I'm not talking from option selling perspective. People might be doing this straddle, triangle, and all those things, which I'm not an expert. I never do all those things. But the kind of game that I play, I have never felt the need of any algo or something like that. Yes, it is all system based. It is all rule based, but not necessarily algo based.
Okay. Fair. Thank you.
Yep.
Asit, one request. Can we close for today now? Sorry, I mean,
if others
want, yeah. You are not going to continue anything else now, right?
No, I think we are done for the day. I'm trust me, bit exhausted talking all day. Yeah, I would like to take this thing. So yeah, we'll continue tomorrow. We'll start at maybe 9:30 again, 9:30, 9:45 times.
Yeah.
And we can pretty well finish it up at 5-6 kind of thing.
Thanks, Asit. Very useful. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
See you.
Thank you, Asit. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Asit.
Yep.
Bye, everyone.
So actually, someone mentioned me about the YouTube videos. So I need to know, are you having any official YouTube channel?
Arey, nahi, not too big to have an official channel or not. It's just that
If you are having some videos and all, actually I can go through them. That's why I'm asking.
I'll share that video link if that is okay with you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Asit.
I will share link in a group. जैन सर, मैं संदीप सूर्यवंशी बोल रहा हूँ. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. ये जो आपसे जानकारी मिली है, ये बहुत ही मतलब अच्छी थी और आपका जो मतलब प्रेडिक्शन है वो भी काफी अच्छा था. काफी दिनों के बाद एक अच्छी मतलब जानकारी मिली सर. और आपने एक डिफेंस को रिस्पेक्ट दिया. जय हिंद सर. एक आपने डिफेंस पर्सन को रिस्पेक्ट दिया सर, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर.
अरे मैं क्या रिस्पेक्ट देता हूँ, हम सब आपको रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं. क्या बात कर रहे हैं, ऐसा क्या बोल रहे हो भाई? हम सारे लोग आपको रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं.
नहीं सर, थैंक यू सर.
अरे नहीं
सर, मैंने भी सर ये मतलब हमारे जो सीनियर ऑफिसर्स थे उनसे सीखा था, लेकिन सम इंडिकेटर्स और ये कुछ चीजें मुझे सर पता नहीं थी. तो मैं आपको काफी दिनों से फॉलो कर रहा था एक्चुअली, लेकिन मतलब मैं टैली कर रहा था, मतलब पेपर ट्रेडिंग कर रहा था सर. लेकिन मैं कैसे आप तक ये करूँ, क्योंकि आप बहुत बड़े मतलब ट्रेनर ये है सर, इसलिए बात नहीं हो पा रही थी सर.
अरे नहीं, कोई बड़ा नहीं हुए, आप ऐसा मत सोचो. नथिंग लाइक दैट. जस्ट ए ट्रेनर है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. और मोर देन एनीथिंग हम कोई बड़े नहीं, आप लोग सब बड़े हो. आप लोग हमारी इतना करते हो काम, क्या बात कर रहे हो. सो वी आर ऑल प्राउड ऑफ यू
सर. नहीं सर, इतने लोग हैं सर, उसमें आपने उतने हमें ये किया सर. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर. और काफी कुछ चीजें मैंने सर नोट करके रखी है सर,
बढ़िया,
जो मुझे भविष्य में काम देगी सर. अगर कोई दिक्कत आएगी तो सर मैं आपसे पक्का पूछूंगा सर.
डन, डेफिनेटली.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ashish sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.